1 minute warning!
To the Goofball Army out there, hi at the families, tell them to get to the next room, tell them to go to your neighbors, because we got Goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy!
Typically does, guys. If this is your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink, because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, oof.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your Goofball hosts, Dru and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, the two giant goofballs. We have here a watch party for the Giants heading into Detroit, facing the Detroit Lions there. And guys, this is going to be a matchup and a half here. Before we get started with the game itself, I wanted to go ahead and get you guys up to date on everything going on with the injury report and who's playing, who's not playing here as we buckle into this. Inactives for the Giants here. First off, Paulson Adebo, that's the big one there. So obviously that moves Cordell Flott from CB2 to CB1. That's not a good scenario, obviously, guys. That's you kind of want to have it's a very good passing team, a healthy secondary, and ours is unfortunately far from it. Also injured, Deonte Banks. Now, this is going to be an interesting injury to keep an eye on. All year long, a lot of people, including myself, have said, hey, we'd be better off without Deonte Banks. Well, we're going to find out if we're actually better off with Deonte Banks today, because there is no Deonte Banks. A little bit of a concern already having Paulson Adebo out. Obviously, I'd prefer to have the Giants healthier, and having the Giants with Paulson Adebo and Cordell Flott, it's not a big of an issue now. But now you throw in the fact that Cordell Flott's out. That Paulson Adebo's out. You throw in the fact that Art Green's been on the IR. And now all of a sudden you run into a bit of an issue with the secondary against a very good Detroit Lions offense here. So, you got to expect you're going to probably see a lot of Corey Black in there, perhaps Rico Payton. Nick Jones might even be in there. So we'll have to see what they do at CB2. That's going to be an interesting thing to watch out for there. The big one, I'm sure you probably already heard this one here. Jaxson Dart is still in concussion protocol, so he's out for a second week. Jameis Winston to start. That's always going to be an interesting game whenever Jameis starts, that's for sure. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one there for you, see how he does. But, second game in a row that Jaxson Dart's missed because of that concussion that he suffered in the Bears game there. So, hopefully this is a little bit more of a lesson for the kid. Obviously I'm rooting for him, not just because he's a Giant, because he seems like a good kid and, somebody I want to go ahead and, be somebody who succeeds. But he's got to learn not to take these hits. And this has got to be that lesson for him, not to take those hits. That's for sure. James Hudson III is a healthy scratch, should be as always. Tyler Nubin also out in the game now. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Dane Belton obviously expected to have a much bigger role with Tyler Nubin being out. Kayvon Thibodeau also out for the second straight week in a row. This gives Abdul Carter yet another shot to play a bigger role in this defense. He is not, going to be a guy that we look at after last time and go, oof, last week he stepped it up. He can do it again. He was close to making a couple plays, but that's kind of been the story for Abdul Carter all year long. Just yesterday, Thomas Fidone III, the third string or fourth string tight end we got in the 7th round in the draft, was placed on the IR with a foot injury. So he's going to be out for a few weeks. Activated off the IR was Eric Gray to take his spot. So we are actually functioning with 3 running backs, though I will question if it's quality running backs or not. Definitely not too happy still that we got Eric Gray and we didn't get instead Turbo Miller, who I was a big proponent in seeing there to at least see what he can do. We've seen what Eric Gray can do. Let's be honest. We've seen him for a couple of years now. Not that great a player. So, hopefully we can be proven wrong and he balls out. I mean, listen, again, I'll root for the Giants player over my opinions being correct every single day of the week. But unfortunately, a little bit right more often than wrong there. So, but yeah, like I said, at least we have a third running back, I guess. I just hope to not see him in the return game. You guys remember the catastrophe that was, obviously, for quite a while. So as Dark, yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that part there. Are you airing the game? No, if we are not airing the game, this is a live play-by-play / watch party for those who want to, talk amongst Giants fans and don't want to listen to the talking heads that are on TV that just don't even know the team and act like they do. But unfortunately, we can't do the actual game itself because of copyright issues, and I get why, obviously. So, pop the TV on, pop it in mute, and watch along with us here. So, looks like they're about ready to get started. So, we'll have that game here coming in just a second here. They're all popping their helmets on. Got the alternate uniforms here for the Lions. Actually, kind of cool looking uniforms, I got to say. I can say because we don't hate the Lions. It's not like you're playing the Eagles, But yeah, nice alternate uniforms, that's for sure. So, but you got Slayton there, helmet on, practicing with Jameis Winston. Going to be curious to see what Jameis Winston can do in this game. That's for damn sure. Didn't play a bad game last week, And again, I got the turnovers late in the game. The one was just on him trying to get something done when the game is, let's be honest, over. So I don't really care about that one there. And the interception, that's on Jalen Hyatt. I'm not even blaming him on that one there. So, complete the route. Won't have a problem. Kickoff is up in the air, guys. Let's see here. And decent return here by Oshevsky down about the 31-yard line. Here comes Jameis. They're showing the highlights. And like I said, I thought he had a pretty decent game there against the Packers. Not great, don't get me wrong, but good defense he faced, obviously, too. One of the best in the NFL. Isaiah Hodgins, obviously a big hero coming out of last week, too. Kind of curious to see what he does as they're showing the numbers. 19 to 29, 201 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, interception and fumble lost. Again, interceptions on Hyatt. Fumble loss is just end of the game. Who cares? Just trying to get something done. So, all right, first down. Looks like I got Tracy as the lone back there. Double tight end set here. Bellinger in motion. That means it's play action. Quick pass out. And there we go. Slayton right off the bat, making his presence felt in the game there. It's a first down. Nice to see something going right off the bat there. They're showing the offensive line. The offensive line guys have been playing so much better lately. Wan'Dale Robinson lining up now. 1st and 10, balls about the 47-yard lines. We're already in Lions territory. Shotgun formation. And fakes the pass, hands it off to Tracy. Going to get about 5 yards here. So second down incoming. As they're showing the Lions and their defense there and who's in and who's out and all. And again, remember the big thing this week is going to be the secondary is going to be the issue. So you got, again, Terry and Arnold, their top corner, is out. Kirby Joseph, one of their top safeties, also out. And got another run here, stuffed at the line. They actually had it 2nd and 6, so it was 4 yards that first play. So we got 3rd down and 7 now incoming. Got Campbell on the stop. But like I said, very injured secondary here for the Lions. That's going to be something to kind of keep an eye on. The rest of their injuries, got a lot of banged up players in the O-line, but they're all playing. So 3rd and 7. Shotgun formation again, single back set. Tracy off to the left-hand side. It's like Slayton at the bottom, all the other receivers up top. And if that was either perfectly timed or there was some movement there, but you got a flag thrown in the direction of Isaiah Hodgins. Definitely going for a penalty of some kind here, though, at that throw. And yep, penalty on the Lions. Aiden Hutchinson. And as I said, I thought he went a little bit early. Yep. A little bit early on that one. So 3rd and 2 it becomes instead. Very manageable. Got Singletary in there. Got Bellinger lined up as a fullback. The 3rd and 2 is a situation where they would usually just give the rock right to Singletary. They're the ones they trust him in the short yardage situation. But it's a weird flea flicker to Winston, chucking it down the field to wide open Wan'Dale Robinson for a touchdown. There we go. Wow. Barely got that one off even, but he got it. He got it.
All hail the New York Giants.
There we go. Look at that. And by the way, JMS is the guy who got that block to save this, what would have been a sack otherwise. Look at that. Give him some credit. We've gotten on him quite often, and rightfully so for a lot of that stuff. But that's a legit block by him to go ahead and save that play. And talk about falling for big time. The Lions just totally fell for that one. Huge play. Loving it. So 7-0 Giants to start off here. Who would have thought that one? Little trickery in the Mike Kafka playbook here now that he's got full control of this offense. Again, I've been saying all along, and I stick to it. I think Dable got his hands in that cookie jar way too often here. So, all right, let's give you guys the update here on the games, who's playing and all here for you real quick. If you missed it on Thursday night, the big one Thursday night was the Bills and the Texans. Texans actually snuck out a victory 23-17. Otherwise, all the games are scoreless except for ours. But you got right now the Colts at the Chiefs, Seahawks at the Titans, Vikings at the Packers, Jets at Ravens, Steelers at Bears, and you got the Patriots at the Bengals as well. So like I said, we'll keep you guys up to date with everything going on around the league during these commercial breaks as well. But what a damn play. Flea flicker. You don't see that work that often that well. Like Wan'Dale Robinson had good 10 yards. And it was a little bit late because, he had to make a little bit of movement there on Winston's end because of that guy that JMS blocked at the last second. And, the defender started getting down towards Wan'Dale Robinson because of that. But great play all around there. I said team play, great catch by Wan'Dale getting that. Great throw by Jameis Winston, great block by JMS. Absolutely amazing there. Dwayne says, why did we start Russ in week 1? Should have always been Jameis. Listen, I thought that's what the plan was when we got Jameis Winston, to be very frank with you. I remember the weekend that we got him, it was late on a Friday that I got announced that we had gone ahead and signed him. I was actually at a family wedding that night, and I was all like, hell's yeah, we got a quarterback. Like, this was the guy I wanted to have last year. But, for whatever reason, they just didn't do it. So, but yeah, it is what it is at that point there. They should have got it last year, but they did it this year at least. Should have started in week 1, but they're doing it now at least. Now they're at least given up on the whole experiment there with Russell Wilson. So, going to be interesting to see what happens when Russell Wilson, once Jaxson Dart comes back. Does he become the third quarterback, or does Jameis Winston become the third quarterback now? That's going to be a thing to watch, hopefully next week. Really hoping. So hoping to see him this week, but that was a damn good throw by Jameis. All right, we got the kickoff going here. And kneel down in the end zone there. You notice how we have an actual kicker this week, though, and he didn't kick the ball into off the sidelines. Look, they're showing the replay now, too, so you can see everything here. It's wide open. Whew. Like I said, great play all around. And they're talking about the sidelines. You see the defensive players all ticked off. But again, this is what happens when you have half the secondary out. Take advantage. Problem is now we have a lot of our secondary out too. So 1st and 10 here for the Lions. Goff under center. Running the ball right off the bat there. Going to get a good 5 yards. Yeah. Anthony says Koo sucks. I'm not saying he's good. I'm just saying he's an actual kicker at least. I said Blankenship is who we should have gotten. I think we should have picked him up in a heartbeat, but it is what it is. I can't control Joe Shane. Can't control Joe Shane getting fired either, unfortunately. As we got 2nd down and 6, And it's going to be just barely a first down. It looks like probably with Gibbs on the run, or just shy of it. It looks like actually. So we got first down coming. All right. Oh, third down coming. I'm sorry. So 3rd and 1. This has been a definite issue with the Giants all year long. And they're going to pass the ball and they're going to easily get it. Got to be tight coverage on a 3rd and 1. Goes to right, the backup tight end. And like I said, just nobody covering the guy right at the line. Like you got to be tight coverage when you're a 3rd and 1, guys. That's just horrible defensive call. And you see on the screen there, defensive coordinator Shane Bowen. That's why. That's exactly why. Corey Black was the one on the coverage, by the way. He's coming in as CB2 now with Paulson Adebo as well as Deonte Banks both out. And quick toss to the outside to Gibbs. He's going to get about 2-3 yards. Had some pressure starting to form on Goff, and he kind of threw it out to the open outlet he had. So 2nd and 8. And I think Gibbs is definitely a guy to watch this game there. He's going to be potentially a big weapon for the Lions against this defense that just has so much trouble with this kind of running back, or any running back for that matter, but good player. And they're doing it again. Outside toss to him. And here we go. A good 10 yards. Got people missing tackles left and right. 14 yards. Ridiculous. Giants just, I guess, don't have a tackle. Look at this. And it's also lanes. Like Burns was too far inside. It looked like Burns. Sorry, they showed it real quick. So I apologize to him if I'm wrong. Flott's getting held and just can't get off there. You know, Demetrius Flanagan fouls is the guy who didn't get the initial tackle, which was way too far down the road as it was, but gave him a couple extra yards off that. So 1st and 10. And tossing the ball again. Like I said, I knew a team eventually would figure out. You want to stop the Giants, just run. Just run. That's all you got to do. It's a very simple formula. So, I expect you're going to see a lot of running here. They have a well-coached team. They know the difference. You want to stop the Giants' defense, just run on them. Not that it's difficult to stop the Giants' defense doing anything. 2nd and 7. Single back, and not a run this time. Oh, a lot of pressure, but couldn't wrap up again. So drop pass, but Goff almost got it in there. That was a close one, though. His defense just refuses to play tough. Yeah, refused to wrap up, and look at that. Flanagan fouls again. Could have had the sack. But can't wrap up twice in the same drive. So 3rd and 7 again. Single back coverage there. Tons of receiver. But here's a sack. There we go. That Darius Alexander happened so quick. Yeah, that's Alexander getting his sack. He gets his first sack before Abdul Carter, who's still at the half. Who would have thought that? Who would have placed money on Darius Alexander having his first sack before Abdul Carter? Now they are going to punt it now. 4th and 14. So ball's about the 44-yard line for this punt. So this is a potential bad placement for the offense to start here, but we'll see. Flag on the play. And delay game. Offense, not unusual on these kind of situations. Trying to get themselves a little more room so they can try to get a corner kick, probably. So 4th and 19 now. Ball about midfield. Where you want it for a good corner kick. Giants fans, obviously, we don't know much about corner kicks. That's Scottish Hammer just has a little trouble with that, but got more stoppage of play by the refs here. Come on. Stop the damn game. They're doing a check of the play clock there. It's a punt. Who cares? Get the damn punt off. All right, here we go. And the punt's off. And it's a high kick. Being fair caught at about the 8-yard line, guys. So, yeah, definitely Giants going to have an interesting spot to have to start from there, 8-yard line. Expect to see Devin Singletary, obviously, on the start of that drive there to get a little extra yardage there, get a little extra cushion for Jameis. Anthony says, I will die in the hill that Carter is supposed to have 6.5 sacks already. However, Banks is the DPI king, and 6 of them removed. He's had at least a couple that I can think off the top of my head. So I always say that because it's just a crazy stat. Like, it's kind of like who would have thought that Andrew Thomas would have a touchdown before Jalen Hyatt kind of thing, Like, again, Alexander's a 3rd round pick versus a, top 3 pick. It's a big difference. So I get it, but I don't know. I wasn't as high as Carter and everybody else was. You know that. So, but like I said, hopefully he becomes what people think he's going to be. And what he's shown he has the ability to be, at least as a pass rusher. I still have a lot of questions to him as far as a complete player, as far as stopping the run, tackling, that kind of stuff there. But as a pass rusher, he showed me enough that says he should be much higher as overall sacks. But at least he's causing pressure. He's doing that kind of stuff there. So Tracy Banks taking a lot of his sacks away. That's true. Damn straight. Let's see if we got any other scores going on here for you guys yet. Colts are now up on the Chiefs 7-0. We got a lot of scores. Titans are, I should have said, just over 8 minutes left to go in that Colts Chiefs there. Titans are up 3-0 on the Seahawks. I'm sure that won't last for too long. Just under 6 minutes left to go in that game. In that first quarter, I should say. Just over 9 minutes in the first quarter. The Packers game, with they're up 7-3 on the Vikings. No score still in Ravens Jets. Obviously, ours 7-0 here for the Giants. Bears up 7-0 on the Steelers. About 8.5 left to go in that first quarter. And still no score in that Patriots Bengals game there, with just under 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter there. Let's see here. Anthony says, you also on first or second every other stat on season amongst rookie pass rushers. Yeah, but we said it before in the show. And again, I'm not trying to knock the guy. I'm rooting for him. It's just this is not exactly a amazing rookie class. For being honest about it, this is not exactly an amazing rookie class. And Anthony says, unfortunately, everybody just wanted double-digit sacks in his rookie year. And again, we cautioned everybody on that. We did. So it's ridiculous to expect that. So, but listen, who knows? Maybe he becomes that next year. We'll see. But it's going to have to be, a scenario where he just improves year over year, basically. Dwayne said, pass rusher always going to be paired to Micah because we passed him. No, it's because they play for the same school and they play the same number and everything. All right, here we go with that first string. What did I tell you? Run up the middle by Singletary. And it's crazy. This is my issue I have with the play call. I give kudos on the flea flicker because that's a crazy idea to 3rd and 2. But you run up the middle with Devin Singletary, and the second the Giants got the ball at the 8-yard line, what did I say was going to happen? They were going to run up the middle with Devin Singletary, and that's exactly what they did. This is part of the problem. When you become too obvious, defenses know how to stop you, and this is probably going to be the same thing again at 2nd and 9. See if I'm right. And there I am. How bad is it when I see the pattern, guys? How bad is that? That is sad and pathetic. But this is what we deal with as Giants fans. So that's going to be 3rd down and 8. And the Giants are going to have to deal with a long 3rd down when instead they could have tried a different type of play maybe and done something. But they're so afraid of the safety from the 8-yard line, guys, by the way. The 8-yard line. And it's 3rd and 9, actually. It's only 1 yard in 2 plays. It's ridiculous. It's not like you're right on the 2-yard line. I get that for being afraid of the safety. All right, here we go. Thrown right at Hodgins, looking for the flag. You can tell. No flag incoming, that's for sure. DJ Reed on the coverage. So Giants to punt it away. The worst play calling possible in that scenario. Absolutely ridiculous. As Jay says, our rookie sack leader, Darius Alexander. Khalif Raven's the returner for the Lions. Pretty good returner. Very shifty, quick guy there. Let's see what we got. A lot of hang time on this punt, guys. I didn't even see where the damn thing went out, but it looks like it's going out around midfield. There's some people looking for that pass interference call on that last throw there, but listen, you don't blame the Lions on that. Pass interference stuff doesn't get called all the time. You blame the damn play caller. That was at first play, first drive. Great job on a trick play that happened to work there. It's one of those low, high risk, high reward kind of scenarios. But the big issue right now is you're literally allowing, a guy like Kafka to do the same thing that we've been complaining about. Run up the middle of Singletary, run up the middle of Singletary. Now you're going to try to get out of it in third down just because you're scared of a sack. Absolutely insanity. So, but yeah. Whew. Now we got great field position basically for the Lions to start off with. Looks like around midfield. And not a good thing for the Giants. Not a good thing for the Giants to start like that. Defense has trouble stopping people in general. So, all right, let's see where we're at. See if we have any more scores here for you guys. Looks like everything is up. We got one score change, and that's it, with the Bengals getting a field goal. So they're now up 3-0 on the Patriots. So Joe Flacco still in for that game, by the way. It looks like there's more and more talks about Joe Burrow becoming back soon for the Bengals, but that one still is a wacko Flacco kind of game there. As we got a couple of quarterbacks people are going to keep an eye on. The big one's going to be at 4 o'clock. Shedeur Sanders starting his first game in the NFL against the Raiders, which is going to be a very interesting test, I think, because if Shedeur Sanders looks good against the Raiders, let's be honest, we're going to go, it's the Raiders. If he does bad against the Raiders, you're like, whoa, Joe Shane luckily did not make that move, because we all thought Joe Shane wanted Shedeur Sanders really bad. So Anthony with the 49 super chats. Appreciate what you do, Drew. Appreciate it, man. Much appreciation. You're always supporting the show, man. Very appreciated. But yeah, if Shedeur Sanders looks bad today, guys, Giants fans are all going to be like, we dodged that bullet. And I do think that's the scenario, by the way. I do think it's a bullet we dodged. We'll see. I just find it weird that you can't seem to get anybody, to give this kid a chance to play in the NFL. Just tells you what everybody else thinks of him. So they're showing Dan Campbell as a Giant tight end there. And Jay with the 501 super chat there to make it even 10 from the duo there. Says, thanks, Drew. Appreciate it, man. Very much appreciated. As we're doing that, though, looks like we've got a first catch here to Gibbs. So I was reading that, didn't see the distance there. Let me see here. So loss of 3. Whew. So 2nd and 13. You think this would be a good time to get pressure, but instead the Giants almost give up a big catch. Cordell Flott, though, on the coverage, stopping the ball from being caught. Amon-Ra St. Brown. And this is going to be interesting to see if they keep Cordell Flott on Amon-Ra St. Brown. Dru Phillips last week obviously got taken out of the game for Nick Jones, of all people. We've obviously had issues with his coverage skills. This is a big name receiver here in Amon-Ra St. Brown. They love to force it. 3rd and 13. Here we go. Let's get some pressure. Nope. And instead, it's a quick shot out to David Montgomery. He's going to get about 3 yards. So we got 4th and 10. Giants defense doing good. Javon Holland celebrating on the ground got me worried there for a minute. I thought he was going to get injured again. But no, it looks like he was just doing a little shake celebration. Jay says, well, you actually think we were being nice and respectful to you, but it's actually a GoFundMe for Drew to get a new hat. Listen, we're working with somebody right now, actually. Like I said, trying to get a new sponsor, actually, that's going to be helping us here with getting some discounts for y'all for some Giants gear too as well. So, but I don't. I fair caught at the 10-yard line. I don't want to do anything like that until we have that finalized. So, Anthony says definitely for the new hat, maybe a Giants jersey too, Jay. You know, like my Roatan Honduras one. Yeah, but listen, it is what it is. Like I said, I got the Roatan one instead today. It's okay, and the usual hat, the fishing hat. It is what it is. Like I said, I got some other ones that are coming. All right, let's see here while we're waiting on commercial break. See if we got anything new here. Score-wise around the NFL, looks like we are sitting where we were there. So just over 3 minutes. Sorry, just under 3 minutes left in the first. Chiefs down 7-0 to the Colts. You got looks over 2 minutes left for the Titans. Somehow still up 3-0 on the Seahawks. That's crazy. 7-3 Packers over the Vikings right now with just under 5 minutes left to go in the first. Just over 2 minutes left to go in the first with the Ravens Jets no score. You got the Lions obviously down to the Giants 7-0 in our game with just over 5 minutes left to go. Got Bears up on the Steelers 7-0 with 1.5 minutes left to go in theirs. And then you got the Bengals up 3-0 on the Patriots with 5.5 left to go in there. So a lot of games here that are nothing really pulling away. And surprisingly enough, you still got one that's scoreless even too with the Jets and the Ravens. Kind of shocked by that one. I thought the Ravens would be handling business today with the Jets, but I guess not. So let's see what happens with the Giants now. Again, Giants getting the ball at the 10-yard line. Remember what I said last time? Devin Singletary, that's what they do when they're within the 10-yard line or so. It's kind of borderline. Are they going to be that boring team again and try to run up the gut twice with Devin Singletary? Or will they actually open up the playbook a little and actually try to do something? We're going to see. Hopefully the latter. Because I'm tired of seeing the obvious play call every single time they go out there in short yardage position. You know, you don't have to always go ahead and do that. Sometimes you can do something crazy and actually, short routes, 5-yard hooks, slants. You don't always have to go ahead and run up the gut because you're afraid of a sack, especially with the offensive line playing better. It's playing better. It's not like this is the offensive line of the last 5 years. Like this is actually an average offensive line now. You'd even say potentially slightly above average. So, we'll see what happens here, but here we go. We got first down for the Giants. Tracy's in, so that makes me think they're not going to just run up the gut. That's always good. Winston under center. Here we go. Double tight end set. And they're going to run with Tracy, but at least it's a little different, a little off the B gap there between the guard and the tackle. So just a couple yards, though. As they're now showing the timeline for Mike Kafka. We've already seen this story of Mike Kafka multiple times. But here we go. Okay, here we go. 2nd and 8. And got a shotgun formation. Did they ask you to throw the ball? Probably not. Yeah, I said it. Tracy, though, at least gets a couple yards on this one again. So we'll have like 3 and 6 instead. I don't know why the Giants are so goddamn scared to throw the ball in this scenario. Just throw it. Like, if you're that scared that Winston's going to throw interception, you shouldn't be starting Jameis Winston. You can't let him play scared. It's the only thing I think of at this point. Like, you're not in territory. You're at like the 12-yard line. It's not like you're worried about getting a sack and getting getting a safety at that point. So shotgun for Jameis Winston. Got 3 wide receivers, 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top there. Got Tracy on the right-hand side. And Nice deep throw to Wan'Dale Robinson, who caught the ball. Look at the little T-Rex arms getting at it. First down here for the Giants. Got to play the corner to slip just a little bit there for the Lions, and Wan'Dale had just enough room. That was Amon-Ra Robinson on the coverage there. 1st and 10 now. Ball about the 26-yard line. Got Theo Johnson in motion there. Fakes the handoff to Tracy. Throws it deep again to Wan'Dale Robinson. Woo! Big throw. Wan'Dale doing his thing today. Let's see where we're at yardage wise. Look at that clean pocket they're showing too. Like Winston's got all the time in the world, guys. And perfectly placed ball. And you notice this is one thing I've talked about all the time. He threw it where he was able to catch it in motion and keep on running. He didn't have to come back to it. Just was able to catch it and keep going. Throwing with anticipation. That's one thing Winston does do very well. And sometimes he anticipates wrong, and that's what causes issues too. But ball at the 34-yard line too. So in about 2-yard run here for Tyrone Tracy. Anthony says, pay that man. Damn straight pay that man. You know I'm a big Wan'Dale fan. I think Wan'Dale's a lot better than people realize too, because I think he actually just gets used right. I'm hoping Kafka uses him right. I'm hoping that was a Dable problem, not a Kafka problem. Based on this game, you say it's a possibility, but we'll see. Looks like they got Tracy lined up as a wide receiver in this one. And nice big throw again. Wan'Dale Robinson caught again. Ball about the 17-yard line. Flag on the play as well. So let's see what the flag's on. Before we get the air horn, got to make sure it's actually a first down. Brian Branch on the hit. And they're thinking that's going to be a defenseless hit. But let's find out. Yep, it's on the defense. Personal foul. Look at that. Yep, helmet to helmet hit. I gotta say, even as a Giants fan, I'm gonna say it this way: I hate these kind of hits when they be penalties, because good luck trying to stop yourself mid. You know, like it's just that's just you're gonna make them overly cautious. Slow it down; it looks bad. Do it in regular motion. I guarantee it doesn't look as bad. All right, got an I formation here, running on the first down. Tracy gets down to about the 4.5-yard line there. So 2nd and goal incoming. Look at this. Who would have thought Giants? We got to rack up the score. You know, we need like a 50-point lead to be able to stop, Shane Bowen from giving it up. 2nd and 10, shotgun formation for Winston. Hand the ball off to Tracy again. Got to get down to about the 3-yard line this time. There we go. Wan'Dale Robinson already over 100 yards, by the way, in this game. 4 catches, 106 yards, and 1 touchdown. Said in the pregame, keys to victory. That we really needed somebody to step up besides Dart, we were hoping, but now in this case, besides Jameis. And Wan'Dale's definitely doing it. So, 3rd and goal. Let's see. Stepping back. Winston moving along. Throwing it up. Back of the end zone. 4th and goal. Smart move to do it. Nobody there. Had a lot of pressure on them. Don't force it. Take the 3 points. Be up 10-0. It's better than not being up. Unfortunately, just really good coverage on that play. And there was enough pressure. Hutchinson, another player on the other side coming too. Couldn't tell who the other player was, but you got enough people out there that take your shot when you get your chance to take your shot. But don't force it. That's when Jameis gets in trouble. So 21-yard field goal. Obviously, that's like a gimme. even with Koo as our kicker. So Giants up now 10-0. Got to get a little air horn. A kick.
All hail the New York Giants.
We got a field goal, guys. 10-0 Giants now. Woo. Let's see what other scores we got going on here for you guys. Let me just refresh the screen, see what we got here around the league. So let's see here. Seahawks at the end of the first have tied it up now, 3-3 with the Titans. I'm still shocked that that's a game right now. Steelers are now tied with the Bears 7-7. Just about half a minute left to go in the first quarter here. So we'll have to see what happens there. But that's a tight game as expected to be there. So everything else still the same. So 7-0 Colts. Start of the second quarter there. Got 7-3. Packers over the Vikings with just over a minute left to go in the first. So, and still scoreless now with that Jets Ravens there. Anthony says, if we keep Robinson, I might have to give up. What do you mean if you keep Robinson, you have to give up? Give up for what? He's like I said, I like Robinson personally. I'm 100% on board with keeping Robinson. I just think we got to use him right. You know, he's that slot receiver. I think he says if we don't, okay. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you liked Robinson. But yeah, he needs to be that third receiver type. I think that's the right spot for him. You know, the slot receiver guy, and unfortunately the Giants just don't use him correctly. You know, that's not on him. That's on the Giants. You know, you also got to realize he's not an idiot. You're not an idiot. Stop. You're probably just drinking while you're watching the game. Most Giants fans are drunk when they watch the games. It is what it is. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna hopefully see him used right going forward. I do think that they're gonna get the right. I don't know why. I weirdly have confidence they're gonna hire the right coach this cycle. And I think it's really because they're not gonna be able to not hire the right guy because everybody's gonna want this spot because of Jaxson Dart, because of the top pick coming, because of the fact that his piece is here. And it's going to make it harder to screw it up. Don't get me wrong. The Giants, if anybody can find a way to screw this up, it'll be the Giants. But I do think it's going to be difficult at that point to go ahead and screw up. So, all right. You see Winston there, psyching everybody up there afterwards. Brasillo, not right off to the right of him there as well. I really hope we keep Carmen Brasillo. I really do. All right. Let's get this going. Let's get that kickoff going. Here we go. And Koo with the kickoff. And return right before the end zone there. And past the 30, just about the 34-yard line there. So basically the same as his kickoff anyway. Jason's Winston throwing dimes there today. I think we'll be in it. Yeah, it all depends as long as he remembers what team he plays for. That's the one thing you got to worry about always with Winston. Every so often, just gets the wrong guy. But he's having a damn good one. Yeah, this one. All right, here we go. 1st and 10. So, yeah, ball's about the 34.5-yard line there. Goff fakes the throw. So fakes the handoff. Ended up throwing the ball to right. Decent catch there on 1st down. Creating another 1st down. Not much as far as pass rush in that one. That's for sure, too. Goff had pretty much all the time in the world. It's pass rush, but the secondary being the way it is right now, it's got to do something. So, ball looks like about the 45-yard line. They haven't really showed the yardage. There we go, 45-yard line. So, they're in Giants territory. Fakes the handoff again. Goff getting pushed out of the pocket, and a wide open David Montgomery for a 9-yard catch right up the middle. So here we go. 2nd down incoming. And this is more what I expected up. We got Demetrius Flanagan fouls on the ground. Medical team's coming out, so let's see if we can hopefully see him coming off the field healthy. Maybe just a little shooken up. I don't know. But they're cutting the commercial, so we're not going to know. So let's see here. Let's see what else we got going on around the league here. Chiefs are on the board now. Colts now up 7-3 with 14 and a half minutes left to go. Looks like Steelers also scored a touchdown here as well. Right now it's 13-7. Just under 15 minutes left to go. So I should say just the start of the second quarter. Sorry. Let me see here. Looks like, yeah, it was a touchdown. They just scored, so we haven't seen the result of the extra point yet. So I'm sure it'll be 14-7 shortly in that game. Let's see. Jace's Tyler Ward should be Offensive Rookie of the Year. He is amazing. I mean, again, it's a bad rookie class, guys. Like, that's the scary thing is we're arguing over, like, at times, like, who's going to be the Defensive Rookie of the Year, and it's because there's just nobody that good. Even on the offensive side at that point, Tyler Warren is the guy that you would think would get it, but I still think there's a chance, depending what Jaxson Dart does the rest of the year, to get it. The one that hurts him, obviously, would be the fact that he hasn't been in for a lot of games now, missing the first 3 games because the failed Russell Wilson experiment, now missing 2 here, but even Warren is right now, he's at 617 yards. So he's going to be just around 1,000 yards potentially as a rookie, which is really good for a tight end. But, not lighting the world on fire, partially because you look at what Brock Bowers did last year. And you're like, is that really rocking? Let me see here. Where's Brock Bowers? Let's see his stats. So yeah, Brock Bowers had 1,200 yards last year. Right, he also set a rookie, record for receptions, 112. So it's it's kind of hard to compare like that. But unfortunately, when you just had that, that's what you kind of compare to. He said, "I thought we were going to get offensive defense rookie of the year, but I guess we're getting no rookie of the year. We'll find out. We will find out." Flanagan fouls coming off there, going into the tent. A little bit of a slow hobble there going to that tent. 2nd and 1 here for the Lions. And they're going to run the ball probably and get it. And they do. And they get it. Chauncey Golston on the stop there. Chauncey Golston action. We haven't seen him in a while. Forgot who he was at first. Here we go. 1st and 10 now for the Lions. And they got the ball about at the 33-yard line there. Give you an idea where they're at. So they are in field goal position here. Let's see. Can the Giants get some pressure? Carter was close to getting some pressure, but instead it's a 1st down for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Big catch for him there. He was close. Carter was close again. That's the problem. He gets so close and just can't quite do it. Let's see here. Jay says, I would trade Neighbors for Bowers, to be honest. I wouldn't do that. He says, Chauncey Golston make an impact. We were winning this game. Let's effing go. All right, 1st and 10. Got the ball around the 15-yard line. Shotgun formation for Goff. He's got some time, and that's never good. Throws the ball, looking for a flag on Dane Belton. That's Amon-Ra St. Brown, but not going to get it. Looks like, there's the flag. Late flag. It did come in. Dane Belton on Amon-Ra St. Brown is a bad look, guys. That's a really bad look. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a push and a shove there. They got a legitimate gripe. That is definitely pass interference, but he also might have saved a touchdown by doing that. So, yep, there's the pass interference call. So 1st down, ball will be at the 1-yard line. That's like I said, that's a bad look by Belton. Again, that's what Belton does. We've said it before. He does big plays, positive, big plays, negative. So 1st and goal for the Lions. Shotgun formation. And they're running the ball. And Giants stopping it. -1 yard there. Whew. There we go. 2nd and goal. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. Let's get it going. That was a nice play to break that up there, really. I got to say, it's not often I say that with the Giants stopping the run. That was Zaire Barnes on the stop. Sheds his blocker, gets right in there. 2nd and goal, 2-yard line. And there we go. Oh, Burns almost gets the sack. Burns almost gets the sack. Then Carter almost gets the sack. Ball gets thrown away. Woo. That was so close. That'd been a massive play to get that too. Look at that replay. Burns just goes in unblocked almost. Gets shoved by Amon-Ra St. Brown the last second. Carter almost gets him. Oof. That'd have been big. Let's see here. King Chris TV says, if we don't get pressure at the middle, we're not winning this game. Yeah, I mean, listen. I'm still shocked we're winning, to be honest, right now. There's a flag on the play, by the way, guys. Let's see what that is about. Let's see. Here we go. Intentional grounding. That's another thing, as you want to talk about things that could have been a Carter sack. I think this is the second time now that there would have been a intentional grounding at that point. That could have been a sack there for Carter. I think that's the second one I can think off the top of my head. As Jay says, breakout. Darius Alexander breakout game. And Jay says everything is a flag because Dwayne says it's not a flag and belt on WTF. That was a flag. He pushed him. You can't push him like that. That's not allowed. That, I mean, like the play or not, that's the rule. 3rd and goal now. Ball down to about the 12-yard line. Let's see. Quick run out. Can we tackle? Of course not. It's a touchdown because we can't tackle. Like 5 guys around. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Can't tackle. That's ridiculous, guys. That right there is everything wrong with the Giants defense. Let's see the replay so we can see how many people missed this. Here we go. Like, I thought this was an obvious stop. We were good. I really did. So let's see. Yeah, it's like at least 6 guys around him and nobody can pull him back. That's absolutely goddamn ridiculous. Like, you had that many people around him and you couldn't stop him from getting the end zone. And I'm not saying you wouldn't got yards, but you could have stopped him before, based on where the defenders were, stop him before he got, 1 or 2 yards before he got in the end zone. That's all he needed. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. There's the Giants for you, though, in a nutshell. So now Giants up 10-7. They're still up. It's just this is what I was expecting. Giants defense just effing it up. And that's the shame right there. Let's look around the league there. I know Jay said that that DJ threw another touchdown for the Colts. So let's see where they're at here. Colts up, 14-3 now, 10.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Seahawks up where they belong here now on the Titans, up 10-3 with just over 11 minutes left to go in the second. Packers and Vikings still same score, 7-3 Packers, 10.5 minutes left there. Still scoreless in the Ravens-Jets game, 8.5 minutes left to go there. 14-7 still for the Steelers over the Bears with just under 12 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Bengals now up 10-0 on the Patriots with about just under 13.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter there. Dwayne said it perfect there. Just tackle. Why is it so difficult to tackle? It's a very good question. But it all goes back to coaching. It all goes back to coaching. In the end, if you're having trouble with something collectively as a team, then you can't sit there and say it's a player. It's something the coaching staff is doing. I'm not going to sit there and pretend I know what it is. I'm not at practice on a daily basis. That'd be ridiculous me to even say something like that. But yeah, it's just absolutely insane. It's so obvious that there's a coaching issue. It's not even funny. You can sit there and say it's a scheme issue too, because you shouldn't have a catch in the flat that goes for 12 yards because there's nobody there for the first 5 or 6 yards. Again, it's what I was saying before when I was talking about 3rd and 1, I think it was, the Lions were on, and I complained about not having tight coverage. Here it is again, tight coverage. That's a situation that tight coverage should be there. There should have someone following him all along as Amon-Ra St. Brown went across that offensive line. And someone should have been on immediately. But this is what the Giants do. They just don't cover well like that. They don't cover tight. Their defense is primed to give up yards. And put that up with bad tackling. It's a really bad combo. That's a really bad combo. So, hopefully we can get this rolling. Hopefully Amon-Ra St. Brown takes a good hit for salsa dancing in the end zone. Because I know he probably meant it as a tribute to Cruz, but no, you don't do that against the Giants. Giants should have a little pride and take that personal. All right, here we go. Kick is up, fielded, and Gunnar Olszewski, perfect return. Given it time at that point to get some additional yards, get down about 31-yard line. That's a perfect case of having a little safe, a little patience there to get it done right. All right, here we go. I see they're showing cleats. As all the players are wearing cleats for different charities and all. 1st and 10. See if the Giants get this back. Theo Johnson in motion. I think it's going to be a run coming here. Oh, fake the run. Winston under a little pressure there, but gets the ball off to Tracy. 1st down and more at 20, 30, 35, 40. I have about 43 yards in this play. God damn. Whew. Ball started about, like I said, 31-yard line. Here you go. And Tracy just wide open with nobody near him. That's insanity. Tracy just going to town. Big play here. Here we go. Here we go. Giants offense is just crushing the defense here for the Lions. Now we're at the 27-yard line. And end around on the first play to Wan'Dale Robinson, who's going to lose about a yard. So not the greatest after that great first play here, but I'll take it. Let's take a look here. So showing us at the replay of the Seahawks touchdown. Here we go. Second. They're still saying 2nd and 10. So looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage. Winston under center. Got Bellinger in motion. Isaiah moving inside. Makes you think run. And it is a run. Tracy breaking through some tackles. Boom, boom. 15 yards there. There we go. Oh, Singletary. Sorry, that was Singletary. Good run by Singletary there. Giants do a good job of setting it up, too. Obviously, Hodgins, the bigger receiver, moving him inside, making him a blocker to help out there. Bellinger going back to be the fullback. Starts off like a pass, ends up as a run. 1st and 10 here. Now, ball's about the 14-yard line. So Giants can technically get a first. Shotgun formation for Winston. And delayed handoff. No, it's fake the handoff to Singletary. Runs for about 3 yards. So we got a 2nd and 7 here. 2nd and 8, they're saying. It's like 3 yards. Give him the 3rd-yard. Depends where his knee goes down, obviously. Winston does have a little mobility, too. That's something you think about very often. He's definitely a pocket passer, but Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, by the way, guys, is ruled out for the rest of the game with the neck injury. So we're down yet another linebacker. Linebacker definitely been one of the issues that depth has become a huge concern for. Hopefully the Giants learn. Don't get special teamers. Get actual linebackers going forward. Theo Johnson going as the motion there and going for the end zone. And it looks like Winston was looking for a flag. Didn't even throw it really close to Hodgins. Hoping for a flag. 3rd and 8 coming. Did not get the flag he's hoping for. I want to see the replay. What he was seeing. Because clearly they saw something. Nope, they're not going to show it. 3rd and 8. Shotgun formation looked like. The show in the crowd. I'm trying to get back to the game itself to find out. Winston's shoulder pads all still jacked up with his jersey. And it looks like a timeout by the Giants. Kafka making sure he gets this one right because this is a big play for this game here. Giants just up at the field goal right now. Here we go. As they're going to commercials here now. So let's see what else we got going around the league now. All right, so let's see. Nothing much change here, looks like. Patriots scored a touchdown. So now Bengals, same as us now. They're up 10-7 on the Patriots. 9.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter for them. All right, here we go. 3rd and 8, shotgun formation, empty set. Woo. Got a lot of receivers out there. Let's see one that opens up. Winston chucking it in the end zone. Did he get it? Both feet down. There we go. Touchdown for the Giants. Look at this. Woo.
All hail the New York Giants.
Isaiah Hodgins. Woo. Hodgins in the end zone. Look at that. 1 foot down. Barely got that 2nd foot down. Great play by Hodgins. Why was he not taken off the freaking goddamn practice squad from the Steelers much quicker? Right there is an example why that should have happened. Giants now up 17-7. Well, 16-7 technically. Here's the extra point coming. Now we'll be up 17-7. There we go. Now we're up 17-7. Giants offense just doing whatever they want here today. Woo. And I got to see how this continues, but listen, if the offense gets rolling like this, now I can kind of see what I've been saying, that I think Kafka was being strong-armed by Dable. I really don't think he was able to do what he wanted to do on offense. And a lot of people love them some Mike Kafka. Again, he was a backup, runner-up kind of guy for a lot of head coaching jobs. You know, not advocating him for the Giants for the record. I'm just saying, let's say hypothetically we get somebody in here who's a defensive coach and they want to keep Kafka as an offensive coordinator. I won't hate it. You know, bring in a guy like Shula, like a lot of people are talking about Shula here for the Rams, their defensive coordinator. Bring him in. Let Kafka be the OC still. But I don't know if he's going to want to stay here, Kafka, to be honest, after all we went through with Dable. But I'm just saying, it's not the worst idea in the world. Not the worst. Yes, Anthony's celebrating now. He says, my bad, I'm behind. It's all good. At least we got a reason to celebrate. You know? And I think I've seen a lot of good things out of this offense here today. It's made me pretty happy to see. I mean, again, this is with no Jaxson Dart even too. So as Andrew says, yeah, let's go. And B Solo says, sign Hodgins. I've seen enough. Yeah, I mean, look, he is signed. He's on the active roster. He's signed for the rest of this year. But yeah, you got to keep him long term. I don't know what it is about him and Kafka. They just work well together. You know, I'm just saying it's Kafka because he's done more with Kafka than he's done with Brian Dable even. He didn't really do anything in Buffalo. You know, he didn't really do much when he went elsewhere. Got cut by the 49ers this year at a training camp. You know, got put the practice squad for the Steelers. Didn't make their active roster very often. You know, so, yeah, I mean, makes you think it's just there's something about this offense. He just fits it. And fits it very well. You know, because that's 2 big games he's already had. Because no matter what happens the rest of this year, guys, it's a big game for him. You know, I mean, it's just life right now. Because he had a really good game last week and now getting a touchdown. It's his first touchdown reception, by the way, since 2023. Should have been on this team a long time ago. A long time ago. So, but glad he's back. Kickoff is up in the air. And it's going to be got about the 1 yard line. Let's see what we got here in the coverage team. Good tackle. Trying to see who it was on the tackle. But good tackle on that. And there we go. Look at that. Perfectly one run. Just well run route. And again, the secondary's banged up for the Lions. So I don't want to discount that part of it there. But the secondary being banged up or not banged up doesn't change the fact that he just ran a really good route and made a really good catch. Great effort to keep both feet down. 1st and 10 here for the Lions as they got a run for about 7-yard lines as Gibbs got tripped up and got a couple extra yards on it there. And this is going to be the big thing. I have no doubt in the offense overall, like, which is weird to say. This defense, though, can this defense do anything the rest of this game to keep this offense feeling like they have a shot to win this game? 2nd and 4 incoming here. And quick run by Gibbs. Runs by like 3 defenders. And see if they show it. Come on. Nope. Not going to show the replay. I was hoping to show the replay. I want to see who missed the tackle. Bad tackling again. They got 1st and 10 now for the Eagles. That's for the Eagles Lions. Quick route. Dane Belton stops Williams there for immediately when he catches the ball. Gonna be 2nd down incoming. Williams clearly looking for some kind of flag on that play there, but just a 3-yard catch. So, actually, now they're saying didn't get it all. It's 2nd and 10. Now they're changing it. Let's see. It said 2nd and 7 a minute ago, but now it's back to 2nd and 10. Poor Jaxson Dart. I think I'm like popping zits here on the screen. What's going on? Yanking out hairs or something. I don't know what he's doing. We not use that shot to show Jaxson Dart. Don't embarrass the poor man. Got to remember, you're always on camera at all times. They're going to a in-game commercial there, so they're getting ready. Get everybody water and all. Who wants the water? Let's see. We got anything else score-wise? Let's see here. 13-3 now. Seahawks up on the Titans, so they're finally handling business. Just under 5 minutes left to go in that 2nd quarter. Just hit the 2-minute warning here for the Jets and the Ravens. Jets are now up 7-0, so finally somebody scored in that game. Otherwise, everything else stayed the same here. So 2nd and 10 coming here. And for some reason, they're just taking forever to get this playoff. It's all right. The commercial break's done, guys. You can go back to playing. All right, here we are. 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation. Goff making a little bit of adjustments at the line here. And he's got time. Throws it in double coverage. Gets the receiver to sandwich there. Whew. 3rd and 10 incoming. Bobby Okereke, the main guy on that. Zaire Barnes also on the coverage. Giants defense doing their job so far. Not something I would expect to go into this game, that's for sure. I say that and watch it, I just jinxed it. Really got Dru Phillips and Corey Black at the bottom of your screen. Not a great 1-2 punch to have on one side of the football for coverage, but here we go. And they got pressure. There we go. Darius Alexander. Darius Alexander with the sack again. There we go. Look at that one. And he's just in the right place at the right time. There we go. 2 sacks for Darius Alexander today. And 4th and 17, they're going to punt it away, obviously. Punt is up in the air. Here we go. Oshevsky with the return. Making a couple diving moves. We've got really nowhere to go, though, guys. Giants will get the ball at the 26-yard line. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. It's pretty bad when I'm like, even as a Giants commentator, I'm watching the game like, who's that? I saw number 35, and I was like, who's that? That's a hold on the Giants, by the way. During the return. 10-yard penalty. But yeah, I'm like, who is that? I'm looking at who's 35? Jarek Bernard Converse. That's how bad we are at corners. And I'm like, I don't even know who this player is. Oh my gosh. But there we go. That's where we're at. So Darius Alexander, though, that's the story of that drive. Second sack of the day. I told you guys, I like this kid coming out. A lot of people gave up on him really quick, and I said, listen, he got injured in the preseason and didn't get a lot of time in camp because of that. Give him a chance to kind of develop. Coming from a big, some of a small school, needs a little time. At least for this game, I was right. He's been a freaking beast, and I still think he's the perfect guy to have on this line to go along with Dexter Lawrence if he tends to be as good as I think he is, because he's got that ability to play really, really well. To complement what Dexter Lawrence does. Dexter Lawrence, obviously the big body nose tackle kind of guy. Darius Alexander, more the quick, shifty kind of big guy. It's a nice change of pace there. And King Chris TV that gives the credit to Barnes too. Zaire Barnes has definitely been playing better than you expect as well for a guy coming in. That's, again, a guy who's supposed to be like a special teamer kind of guy more than anything else right now on our team. Does have some NFL experience though, and done a very good job so far at this game. We'll see if that continues. Obviously, I don't want to count my chickens before the time comes, but yeah, he's been playing pretty good there. Let's refresh here, see if we got any more scores here coming up. So looks like here the Packers put up another field goal. So 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go in that first half. They're now up 10-3. 14-14, all tied up now with the Steelers at the Bears. Just under 4 minutes left to go in that first half. And Patriots got another touchdown. They're now up 14-10 on the Bengals. 7.5 minutes left to go in that first half there. Derek says Kafka seems to have his team playing with heart today. Damn straight. And you know what? I'm the more and more stories come out, and listen, this is what happens, unfortunately, when a guy leaves. The more and more stories that come out, the more and more I'm like, yeah, I was right. They should have made this move last year to get rid of Dable. Not necessarily give it to Kafka last year, but it's pretty obvious that it was definitely a club med kind of thing. For the Giants overall as a whole. And Dable was that guy who was kind of a jerk to his other coaches, but, too easy on the players. Too easy. And that only works when you have the right guys in the locker room. So Giants start the ball now to that penalty at the 12-yard line. Got I formation. Again, what did I say? Short yardage. Short field. They're going to go ahead and run with Singletary, and that's what they do again. Get about 3 yards here. So 2nd and 7 incoming. They really got to cut this crap out, though. King Chris says, I agree. He's got some pass rush ability. He's good one-on-one matchups. And Dexter Lawrence could give him a lot of opportunities. Damn straight. All right, 2nd and 6. So 4 yards actually in that first run. Shotgun formation. So hopefully they actually pass the ball. Got to stop being so predictable. But nope, they're going to run the ball again. But he's got some room here. Singletary does this time. Going to get about 4 or 5 yards in this one here. So it'll be like 3rd and 1 or 2 yards left to go. Let's see if the Giants can orchestrate this into another nice drive, extend this lead. Whew. Extend the lead, Giants. And there's Jameis, 5 of 6 under pressure today. He's been, like I said, he's been amazing this game so far. This is what I thought he could have been when I wanted him last year. 3rd and 1. And got a really tight formation here for the Giants. Got to expect a quick run, and that's what we get. Going to be stopped, I think. About a half a yard shy on 4th down and coming. Again, that's what I was saying. Extremely predictable the Giants are. It's the one knock I have on this offense right now. You got to stop them, this predictability. 4th and 1. Do the Giants go for it? I don't think they should, to be honest, but let's see if they do. And they're not. They're going to kick it. But this all happened because we went too soft on the first couple of plays. Like, Jameis Winston's having a killer game, and you don't give him a chance even to do anything. So, 21-yard line, we're punting it. Scottish hammer up in the air. Ball's bouncing around. So, it's going to be on the 39-yard line. Looks like the Giants will be giving the ball back to the Lions' end. More and more in-game commercials, by the way, where they're showing the shots, though. I do like that. Derek says, I still don't trust Winston. He's too erratic with the ball for me. Well, yeah, that's what he is. That's what we signed up for. But you know, he's not overly cautious. So that's what it is. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it just continues this way. I mean, you see on the sideline, the Giants seem pumped up. You see the Giants just playing with a little different, a little more heart. That's for damn sure. We just got to get the Giants where they tackle right. That's the big thing right now. Just tackle it right. And keep his pass rush going, because the pass rush is saving the secondary. So here we go. 1st and 10. Goff's moving the line in. Shotgun formation. Amon-Ra St. Move to the top of the field there for you. And it's going to be a flag on the play, but tossing the ball out to Gibbs. Again, bad tackling. So we're going to get about 4 yards here. But again, flag was before that, so let's see what happens. They didn't stop the play dead, so it's on the defense. I had a feeling it was. Abdul Carter looks like with a penalty. So 1st and 5. Let's get this Giants defense going, guys. Here we go. 1st and 5. Goff under center, Gibbs in the backfield. And it's going to be a handoff to Gibbs. And he's going to be just shy of the 1st down, I believe. See what they spot it. But that's what I'm taking. So 2nd and 1. The Giants are all gratitude themselves. Like, dude, just gave up 4 yards. I wouldn't exactly call that great. Call me crazy. 2nd and 1. And Goff under center again, single back. Can't see which back, but single back. And they're going to run it again. And they're going to get the 1st down and much more as Gibbs. Big play. Big play. This gets like potential touchdown. Oof. Down like the 5-yard line, guys. That was exactly what I'm worried about. Lack of tackling. Let's see this replay. See who's missing the tackles. So here we go. Good block in the front. And Holland's the guy. He was that last line of defense. And couldn't get it done. Belton saved the touchdown in the end. 1st and goal. Ball's up at the 3-yard line. And Gibbs going to catch the ball. And that ball crossed the plane. It's a touchdown. And touchdown. Giants defense is giving this game back. Listen, I get it. It's a really good offense the Lions are. You cannot give up big plays like that. You cannot give up those big plays. And you leave guys wide open. There's nobody even on Gibbs. Look at the replay. It's not even a single jersey right there. It's not a white jersey. This is bad scheming. This is bad defense. That's not even on the players in that one. The one before was on the players. So now we got an extra point coming. We'll put the Giants up by just a field goal. Up. And so, yep, 17-14. Now Giants up still. So listen, Giants still up. Like we said, we expected to get killed in this game. So, can't be exactly too pissed here. But 2 minutes, 16 seconds left. Giants get the ball. Going to have to see what they can do here. The big thing is don't give the Lions the ball back because the Lions already get the ball back to start the half. But that's ridiculous right there to give up that kind of easy moves. It's bad tackling on one, bad scheme on the touchdown. But it is what it is. It's what we're used to all year long. So 2 minutes, 16 seconds, though. Plenty of time for the Giants to get on the score end. Let's see if they can get it, though. He says throw deep. Yeah. But they've been doing big plays, has been their big thing. Dwayne says, why won't Carter just set the edge? He's doing too much and costing his big plays. Because he's a pass rusher. What he is. You see it more and more each week. He's a pass rusher. And that's the problem. So, I have to work on that in the offseason, I guess. But that's what he was in college, too. A lot of missed tackles. A lot of issues overall. All right, here we are. Fumbled the ball and the kickoff return. But you got it. Is that Eric Gray back there? Eric Gray again. Flags down. Why that? Oh my God. Why is Eric Gray anywhere near the goddamn kickoff team? How many goddamn times have we seen that now? People wonder why I got pissed off he's coming back. Absolutely ridiculous. Dwayne says, Eric, Grace, and Swen. See, this is what happens, Dwayne, when you don't watch the other episodes and you just watch during the game. He is back today officially from IR and back to doing Eric Gray kind of crap. Absolutely ridiculous. So now we get shitty field position to start this important drive at the 18-yard line because we put a crappy returner in there. Now I get it, Banks is out, but put Hyatt back there or somebody. So a couple yards there for Tracy to start the drive. So 2-minute warning. So we're going to go to commercial break. But goddamn, am I pissed. Eric Gray should be nowhere near the goddamn kickoff return. Why is this still an issue? Like, why? How many years into this do we have this? I don't get it. I just don't get it. Let's run down the rest of these scores here. Everybody's about to go into halftime here. You got the Colts up 14-6 on the Chiefs. You got the Steelers, that's the Seahawks up 13-3 on the Titans. You got the Vikings down 17-10 to the Packers. Jets and Ravens are at halftime. You got a minute and a half left with the Steelers and Bears both at 14. Just over 2 minutes left with the Patriots up 14-10 on the Bengals. And yeah, and B Solo, where'd it go? I see your comment there. Oh, he says, but we don't elevate turbo. Shake my head. Yes. I don't know understand what, and there's got to be something going on, but I why do the reporters not ask that question? I need the reporters to grab a set of balls and say to this team, why the hell is Turbo Miller not in the game? But you put this goddamn schmuck in there every time you can. And you keep putting him in positions to go ahead and F over the special teams, which is F's over the whole team as a whole. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Eric Gray is not a returner. Let me be very clear on this. He is not a returner. Like, that's just where it's at. Like, I don't understand why. Eric Gray is not a returner. Like, maybe they'll hear me now. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous there. Drain says terrible must have disrespected some of his mother or something. Why won't they ever play him? I don't get it. Anthony says he should have been cut as soon as he was healthy. Yes. 100% yes. I thought that we're going to do that. I thought that was the plan. I don't understand. He would never have made it out of the, out of the goddamn camp. Anthony says, forget just the returner. He isn't a football player. He sucks. We haven't given him a lot of chances as a runner. I'll give him that. And he's looked good at times when he's gotten chances to run the ball. He had the Seahawks game where he didn't look horrendous, though he did fumble the ball. We're about to get a touchdown. He had the Lions preseason game. There's a couple times there. But I don't need to see anymore. I don't like him. I don't want him. Done. Drain says these are Joe Shane decisions that need to be taken into account because he picked some terrible players. Yep. Here we go. Winston with the ball, chucking it deep for Gunnar Olszewski. A little overthrown. Getting the flag, though. We got a flag. Giants are getting the flag for once. He's a fumbling machine. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. There we go. There's that pass interference call. First down for the Giants. That's a pass interference call on Rock Yatson. So first down coming here. That's a big penalty to give up in that kind of position, too. So a minute 55 left to go. And now we have the ball at the 45-yard line. Shotgun formation for Winston. And throwing it. Wan'Dale deep. Wide open again. Wan'Dale trying to get outside. Right after that 24-yard penalty, Winston just a nice, simple throw to Wan'Dale Robinson. That hook out route. And well run by him, too. Did have to slow down a little bit. Didn't quite hit him in stride. The only complaint I'll give. But he had enough room, he didn't have to. So here we go. Wan'Dale with a big, big game. Yeah, he might even be close to 150 yards in the first half here, guys. There we go. 132 yards he's got. That's not too shabby at all. I said Giants are really looking really good on offense today against a team that's been very good on defense. Again, they're banged up in the secondary, so we got to include that. We're evaluating that. It's fair, but looking really good today. A lot of big plays. All right, here we go. Let's get back to the game. Enough of this replaying. I like that we're replaying good things that the Giants said. Don't get me wrong, but I want to see the Giants score again here. All right, Giants in a huddle right now. Got Gunnar Olszewski, Hodgins, Wan'Dale Robinson, Tracy out there, Theo Johnson. I don't see Slayton. That's interesting. I don't see Slayton. I haven't seen him a lot in this game in general. Interesting, though, that 2-minute warning is already up, and you're trying not to have a guy that you just paid $12 million a year to. Ball's about the 29-yard line now after that heads up, too. So, Ben Solis, Wan'Dale's 24 points from a PPR, yeah, in the first half. 666 is TD. Let's go. Woo. Loving the touchdown right here. 24 points and a half. That'd be something the Giants haven't done in quite a while. At least it feels like it. I have to look up the numbers, see. All right, Winston, shotgun formation. Tracy off to the right-hand side. Looks like Wan'Dale on the outside. Looks like Isaiah Hodgins in the slot here, but Hodgins moving inbound there. Slayton moving inbound. Slayton gets the ball about 6 yards. Ball goes out of bounds, though, being fumbled. Let's see how they're rolling here. Let's see here. Robinson on the head. Second down and coming, but that's got to be counted as a fumble and a catch there. Yep. Punch out. Like I said, they got rolled out of bounds, luckily. So 58 seconds left. 2nd and 7. Winston back to throw. Throwing deep again. Definitely seemed to be a miscommunication. That was Slayton was the target that time, but Definitely seemed to be a miscommunication. He was nowhere near Slayton. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, somebody didn't do the right play. I don't know who. I don't know if Winston was expecting something that should have been expecting, or Slayton didn't run the right route, but that's definitely the case. All right, 3rd and 7. Here we go. Nice time for a nice catch here. For a nice first down. Keep this going. If not, we're in field goal position, but I want a touchdown here, guys. 3rd and 7. Quick toss out to Wan'Dale Robinson with the catch. Nope, did not catch it. Ooh. Big hit on him, though. 4th and 7 here. That was a big hit that Wan'Dale did not need to take. That's the thing with Wan'Dale. Like, I like him, but that's not the right position for Wan'Dale Robinson. He's too small for that. Look at this throw. Here's the route. Oh, they're showing. Okay, they don't show the other route again. I don't want to see that route again. I want to see this route. They're not going to show it, I guess. Here we go, though. Field goal time. And field goal's up and good. I'll take it. I wish it was a touchdown, but I'll take it.
All hail the New York Giants.
But at least we're up 6 points now. 38 seconds left to go. So listen, it's still enough time for the Lions to potentially do something here before the half, especially against this defense. Let's be honest. Never too late. Never say never. But either way, the Giants are still up by 6 right now. I'm still pissed. They're showing the replay of the Gibbs from last drive. I'm still pissed about that. Look at that. Okereke missed it. Holland missed it. Corey Black can't run him down. Oof. And then an obvious touchdown run. And that catch, I should say. Just like wide open. All right, here we go. Let's get to it. Come on, TV. Spend so much time showing BS. It's like football games should be half as long as they should just play the game. Kick, here we go. Derek says, let's pick Goff off for a TD. I'd love it. Love it. Instead, we're going to give up a big return here. Koo is the one who has to actually go ahead and stop the guy at the 39-yard line. Told you, Raymond's a good returner. Look at this. Just had nobody even near him. Not often you see the kicker saving. But he did a good job there. Give kudos to Koo. But now he 31 seconds left. He just gave them really good positions to start this. And it's actually about the 44-yard line. I was thinking it's the 41. So, yeah, couple first downs. They're in field goal position. So they're going to go for it. Again, banged up secondary by the Giants. Boston Debo out. Deonte Banks out. Quick catch there. Gibbs to start off with. There's Zaire Barnes in the coverage. I'll take that. It's a short one there. Carter, again, almost with the sack there. That almost sack always. Carter leads the league in almost sacks. Oh, my gosh. 2nd and 6. And they're showing Burns here. Burns is a guy that amazing season, guys. The defensive player of the year, potentially, the way things are going. And there we go. You can see Amon-Ra St. Brown moving around. Dru Phillips moving around with him. So man coverage. And wide open diving grab here. 15 seconds. Tick, 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 tick. 12, 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay. Raymond was the guy who caught the ball. So quick, couldn't go over that there. In the slot position. You see him there just wide open, guys. Wide open. That was Nick Jones on the coverage, who was on the outside. Wasn't close enough to him at that point in any way, shape, or form. 7 seconds left, by the way, for this. So they are in field goal range, obviously. But the big thing right now for the Giants is just stop them from getting a touchdown. That's the big thing. They can get a sack and get them ahead of field goal range, be even better. They can get an interception, that'd be even better too. But right now that's the big thing. So it looks like we got a second timeout called by the Giants here. Down to one timeout left in this half. All right, here we go. To show more about the charity stuff here. Let's refresh and see where we're at. As a lot of these games now at halftime now. Colts 14, Chiefs 9, Seahawks 16, Titans 3, Packers 10, Vikings 6, Jets 7, Ravens 3. Ravens on the board here. And just about to go into halftime here with the Steelers up 21-14 on the Bears. And Bengals down 17-13 on the Patriots. 2nd and 10, here we go. Shotgun formation for Goff. Another shot to the outside to Gibbs with nobody near him. 3 seconds left. They definitely gave that one to them. It's a little scary, though, considering what Goff has been able to do with Gibbs here. But 3 seconds left. You got to think this is when that field goal comes now. So that'll cut the lead down to 3, assuming they make it. Hey, come on. Jake Bates up for the kick. 37-yard attempt. Be nice to get a block here. And nope. There's the field goal. So listen, we're still up at the halftime. 20-17. I don't think many of us expected that going into this game, did we? So can't complain. Can't complain at all. That's much better than I think we expected. So, all right, we're going to pay the bills real quick. We're right back with the halftime report here for you guys.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All righty, guys. So let's get into it here. Again, Giants are actually up at halftime, 20-17. That's definitely something we weren't expecting at all going into this. That's for sure. But that's where we're at, and glad to be at it. That's for damn sure. Let's get to the the box score here real quick. Giants offense obviously is the big story here. Listen, 20 points at a half. You can't complain about that whatsoever. Jameis Winston, 19 of 14, 212 yards, 2 touchdowns. You got a really good game by him. A lot of big plays, a lot of big tosses there by him. On the rushing side there, Devin Singletary, 6 carries, 23 yards. Tyrone Tracy, 8 carries, 17 yards. Jameis Winston, 1 for 2, and Wan'Dale, 1 for none. Wan'Dale Robinson on the receiving side was an absolute freaking stud here so far in this game. 6 catches, the only player with more than 1 catch. 135 yards, 1 touchdown, including that 40-yard flea flicker from Jameis Winston. Again, I got to give a kudos to JMS on the great block that set that up there. Not often we give that kid kudos, so we got to do what we can. Tyrone Tracy, 1 catch for 42 yards. And you got 1 catch for 23 to Darius Slayton. And then 1 catch, 12 yards to Isaiah Hodgins, last week's hero, who also got a touchdown in that play as well. Again, his first one in quite a while. Defensive side of the ball. The star of the defense, obviously, has got to be Darius Alexander in this game right now with 2 sacks, his first 2 on his career. Leading the tackling side there is Zaire Barnes, 3 tackles, 1 assist. Abdul Carter, 3 tackles. You got 2 tackles, 3 assists for Dane Belton. And then with that, nobody else got more than a 1. But the guys with the 1 solo, Chauncey Golston, Javon Holland, and Dexter Lawrence, along with Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles, who out for the game with an injury as well. So we'll have to see going forward how he is. First half, though, not a single tackle by Bobby Okereke. That's not something you see very often, obviously. Bobby Okereke is usually pretty much a tackle machine there. With that as well, Jared Goff, 11 of 17, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns, against sacked twice. Jahmyr Gibbs, he's been kind of a beast here in this game, unfortunately. 9 carries, 83 yards. Expected him to have a big day, and he has not disappointed Lions fans. That's for sure. 2 carries, 3 yards for David Montgomery. He obviously has been a little more containable. That's for sure. 1 catch for 30 yards to Khalif Raymond. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 2 for 29, including a touchdown. Brock Wright, who's been their tight end here, obviously with LaPorta being out right now, 2 catches, 25 yards. He's actually been a big issue with blocking as well. If you watch this game, he has not been blocking well for the Lions at all. So if the Giants are smart, which they're not, but if they're smart, they would go ahead and load up that side of the ball and create issues. That's for sure. You got 4 catches, 13 yards, including a touchdown for Jahmyr Gibbs. David Montgomery, 2 catches, 13 yards. And Jameis Williams been targeted twice, but not a single catch yet. Amick Robertson has been the leading tackler for the Lions there. 4 catches, 1 forced fumble. With that, Thomas Harper, 3 tackles. Jack Campbell, 3 tackles, 3 assists. Aiden Hutchinson, 2 tackles and no assist. And then, listen, crazy thing is, sacks, none. No sacks. That's not very often. Listen, I said Giants offensive line quietly has gotten very better. And I don't know why they're not getting more attention they should be getting right now for that, but they've been doing really good. So let's see here. Total yards. Giants are leading the Lions 254 to 182 in total yards there, especially in the passing yards. That's where the major difference is. We only got 42 yards rushing, but 212 passing compared to 96 passing yards for the Lions there. And, we've been doing good on third downs, 3 of 7 on third downs there. So, like I said, great first half by this Giants team. I cannot complain by much of anything on the offense. The defense, on the other hand, though, can't give up 17 yards. Think about that. It means you're on pace to give up 34 yards, 34 points this game. That's not good, guys. Like, at what point do we finally get this going and say, you know what? Defense got to hold their shit together. It's got to get done. I don't know where at this point you make the change besides the coordinator, though. And it seems like the Giants just don't want to do that. But, it is what it is. But let's see here. I'll give you guys a final rundown on the rest of the NFL here. So, like we said, Colts up 14-9 on the Chiefs at halftime there. Again, Daniel Jones has been doing what you didn't see him doing with the Giants. That's for damn sure. 10 of 12, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he's having a really good day for himself there. The Seahawks up 16-3 on the Titans at halftime. So, yeah, that's what you expected, a blowout there. That's for damn sure. Packers up 10-6 in the Vikings, which is been a good battle there from what we're seeing there. So just over 11 minutes left to go in the third quarter as they are back to it. The Ravens and the Jets has been a very low scoring thing there. So Jets up 7-3 right now with 11 and a half minutes left to go in the, just adjusted on me, 10:47 left in the third quarter there. At halftime, Steelers are up 21-17 on the Bears. That's a game I expected to be a very good game going into this week, and it has definitely not disappointed. Patriots up 17-14 on the Bengals as well. Another great game there. Got a lot of good games going this 1 o'clock. When you really blow it out there, it's the Seahawks and the Steelers. So always like to see close games. That's for damn sure. So let's see here. As Anthony and Jay are now talking about alcohol, apparently, which ones to go for. Listen, you go whatever suits your needs. Everybody's got their likes, but that's what it is. Let's see here. So the big thing is trying to figure out this change here for the defense this second half. What can we do to change? And I think the big thing is going to have to be just try to take care of Gibbs as best you can. Like, let's be honest, Gibbs is a good player. You're not going to go ahead and stop him from doing something. Like, he's not the guy you shut down. I have a lot of respect for the guy as a player. I think the big thing is the Giants got to figure a way just to contain him. Keep it to 3-4 yards each time he gets the ball. That's all I'm asking. Don't give up the big plays. If you take out the big plays to him, we're up right now by 10. It's only a touchdown difference right now. So, we've got to figure that part out. That's the one thing the Giants are missing there overall, besides poor tackling. Let's be honest again. We're not expecting miracles. The Giants aren't going to all of a sudden become a team that knows how to tackle. Like, that's not going to happen. Hopefully next year we get in training camp good coaches in there that teach this kind of stuff and figure that out. Maybe a couple of leaders and make these kind of changes here. But in the meantime, all the Giants can do is just, like I said, just try to contain Jahmyr Gibbs the rest of this game a little bit. Put a guy on him as like a spy if you have to at that point. Make it okay. Put a good player on him like that. But you got to do something to kind of contain him somewhat, because this is where we get a little scared here, because the Giants are going to, aren't getting the ball to start the half. So yeah, we're up at halftime. But this Lions team has played better now in the last couple of drives against the Giants. And if you want to be real about it, the times the Giants have stopped him is because Darius Alexander's gotten, key sacks, which has set him back. Like, literally Darius Alexander has been the difference in this game in that way. So, can we expect that all game long? Can we expect him to make more plays like that? Already got 2 sacks in this game. And that's just not normal for him. That's his first 2. So, we'll see what happens here, but I don't know if I expect him to do that. I do got a little kudos to the secondary. Like, again, this Giants defense has been stifling the passing offense. And this is without Deonte Banks, which, good or bad, it is what it is. But without Paul Debo. Like, that's definitely something that affects the Giants. Not having your CB1 is going to affect them. So, I'm curious to see how that keeps up, because if that keeps up, guys, we've had issues all year long with Banks in there. We've been saying forever, Banks sucks, get him out. And it's like, well, who are you going to use? Well, now he's out. We've had no choice but to not use him. Like, it is what it is. Jay says Paul Debo is 55 PFF. Come on, Drew. Listen, I'm not saying he's a great player. He's still our CB1. See what he develops into as he gets healthy next year. He's that big injuries coming back from this year. I expected an off year from him. But, he's still as good a corner as we got. I hate to break it to you guys. That's the life of the Giants. Hopefully we get a little better, pass rush going. We actually tackle and get the quarterback down. But, we'll see what happens. Let's see, though. See if we can get this game rolling again, though, as they're still in commercial break. But we need to get back to this game. Let's see if I can refresh the screen, see if we get it back to doing more and more commercials. So many commercials. Now it's NFL Shop. Let's see here. We got anything changes here while we're waiting for this game to get back on anything going on in this games here. Seahawks now up 22-3 on the Titans. Again, that is just turning into a freaking bloodbath here. Packers now up 17-6 on the Vikings. They got another touchdown here. They're starting to pull away. Ravens now got another touchdown also on the Jets as they're 8.5 minutes in the third quarter, and they're up 10-7 now on the Jets. So got a couple of games with some scores here while we're doing our halftime here. Looks like they're about to get going here at the game as they're showing the highlights of that first half there. So that's a good sign for them to come back here soon. But like I said, I'm having a tough time as a Giants fan getting excited for a potential win here. Just as I've seen us in this scenario so many times. This is what the Giants do. They play teams very well, and they blow it in the end. I probably will not even get excited about this until it's like mathematically impossible for the Lions to lose. I'm going to come back. I mean, that's just where I'm at. So, as they're showing the game summary, yeah, like I said, should be starting up here. You got the players warming up here. Chase's Drew is PTSD. Yes, I do. I've got Giants version of PTSD. I've seen it too many times. Look at the Broncos game. Look at that Broncos game. Can you blame me? Yeah, it says here it was mathematically impossible for the Broncos to win. Was it mathematically impossible? It was like a 99.7% chance that the Giants would win that game, and they still lost. Insanity. Oh. All right, here we go. Kickoff is up. You notice how their guy did not fumble the ball when he caught the kickoff turn, though he also didn't get very far. So the Lions will start at the 23-yard line. So, but yeah, like I said, it's just I've seen too many games. Look at the Bears game even. Should have won that one. Look at the Cowboys game. Should have won that one. I've seen too many. I've seen shit. So apparently Kafka says keep foot on the pedal, stop explosive runs. Yeah. Exactly what you got to do. So 1st and 10, here we go. 24-yard line. Shotgun formation here for Goff. I got to imagine he's going to run the ball though. Hand the ball right off. I'm assuming it's Gibbs next to him. And well, what do you do? Hand the ball off. So good 6-7 yards there on 1st down. Because the Giants can't stop shit. Jason's we got Kafka now, though. No matter what, I'm not still this team. It's not about this team. Just cursed. All right. 2nd and 1. So 9 yards even to keep him on the first one. And of course, everybody runs on by him and he gets in for the 1st down. Bozeman on the stop. Again, this Giants team, like you got to figure this out, guys. It's not difficult. Like they're not doing anything fancy. They're just running the ball on you. Because you can't stop the run. They know it. So 1st and 10. Montgomery in the game. Gibbs is a receiver, but instead it's Amon-Ra St. Brown down to the 45-yard line. And simple route, run well in a zone coverage, but nobody near him. They found the issue with the zone. They found the gap. That wasn't a baby gap. 1st and 10 for the Lions again. And Gibbs almost fumbled the ball there. Just batted around, finally caught it, but lost about 2 yards on the catch. 3 yards, actually, even. Little boop, 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 boop. Dru Phillips on the nice tackle. That's the thing with Phillips. Great tackle. I wish we could play 20 pounds on him, make him a safety. He's not that good a corner. Not coverage-wise, at least. He comes up and helps the run very well. That's why it works in the slot. All right. 2nd and 13. And back out to Gibbs again. Short tackled. There we go. About 1.5 yards only on that. Phillips again. All right. Let's see. I said good short tackling. Phillips just lead the tackling routines from the Giants because he's just solid like that. Look at that. Grab him, hit him with the shoulder pads, wrap up the leg. Don't let go. It's not rocket science, guys. Not rocket science. So 3rd and 11. And quick shot out. And I got a flag here, I think I saw, but it's a big play otherwise to Williams. But I saw a flag, guys. Let's not get too upset yet. Let's see. Please be against the Lions. That's all I ask. Not asking that much. And it's on the Lions. Woo. Here we go. So Jameis Williams with the big catch, but it's called right on back. Let's see the replay. I'm not going to show it now. Come on. Show the replay. I swear these TV crews are shit sometimes. All right, here we go. So 3rd and 16 now for the Lions. And of course, the Giants are giving up 10 yards and they're giving it to Gibbs again, but nope, they're going to stop it. The Giants stopped it. All I had to do was stop getting 16 yards, so should be easy. They forced him out of bounds here. 4th down and coming. So 4th and 8. Punt is coming out here. Oshevsky lining up with the return. And here we are. And punt is up. And, it's going to be about the 7-yard line, guys. So, Oshevsky called a fair catch. Wouldn't even go for the catch. Hoping it would bounce out of the end zone, but bounce the opposite direction. But, yeah, the Giants are going to start. That means really, really deep. But you know what that means. Expect a couple of runs up the gut by Devin Singletary. That's what they're going to do. Again, you're not going to be pissed when they do it. It doesn't work well. But this is just what they do in general. This is just the Giant football. They're afraid of the safety. They're afraid of the big interception. That's going to be obviously, I get that to a certain degree, Winston, but they're afraid of the big interception, and they're going to play it safe. They're going to run the ball at the middle twice, and then they'll have like a 3rd and 6 or something like that, and then they won't know what to do. Just what the Giants have been doing. And if you look at the position, the position for the field battle there, as far as starting field position there, the Giants are not to been good in that regard. And it's special teams issues. I mean, the Lions have played very good about their punts. You got the botched kickoff return by Eric Gray, who again should not be on an NFL roster. So, the Lions have been winning as far as the special teams, that's for sure. Let's see here. As Anthony says, I think they go play action here, Drew, big pass to Theo Johnson. Theo Johnson has been quiet in this game. I'd like to see Theo Johnson be used more. That's for damn sure. And Derek says, no play action on 1st down, LO. And Anthony says he's doing this game. He is. He's doing to get anything attention-wise in this game. And maybe it's just, the receivers have been open with a, safety and a corner being both out in this game for the Lions, but Theo Johnson is the guy who usually can get open. Can he catch the ball? That's always a question, but he gets open. I'd like to see the Giants utilize him more, that's for sure. So we'll have to see if they can get this rolling here with him, that's for sure. But even any tight end action. Daniel Bellinger, too. I mean, he's a guy that I still say is underutilized by the Giants. It could be a starter elsewhere and be a decent player. But for whatever reason, they don't use him. So, all right. But it says don't jinx him. The last 2 games be good for him. I'm not jinxing it. Just gonna call it like it is. He hasn't earned that right for me not to call that yet. As they're now showing Thanksgiving Day and showing Madden. I love this show Madden on Thanksgiving, especially. I miss John Madden calling the games. Like, talk about AI stuff. Like, bring me back John Madden and Pat Summerall as an AI version. And Jameis Winston kept it. Instead, gets 1 yard instead of handing the ball off to Devin Singletary. So I guess they tried something different, but same result, 1 yard. But yeah, I love it. They bring back an AI version of Madden and Pat Summerall. That'd be freaking amazing. Watch that game in a heartbeat. All right, here we are. Give me another run up the middle here with Singletary. Oh, it's Tracy instead. And he got some yards. Look at that go. Woo! And he got about 10 yards. Ball is down to the 19-yard line now. They're still showing more. The Giants Lions showing Taylor with the interception. 82 Thanksgiving game. I remember that game well. I was 3 months old. My first Thanksgiving. All right. And showing a guy chewing on his fingers. This I gotta say, this camera crew is like a schmuck to people they decide to point out in the crowd. Got Dart like pulling beard hairs or picking pimples earlier, and now you got a guy chewing on his finger. Like, who hurts you? Who hurts you? But like I said, at least now the Giants are out of the area where they're afraid to actually open up the playbook. So Roberts, by the way, guys, injured on that play, walking off on his own abilities. So, it's good for him. Like I said, I'll never root for a guy to get hurt. That's for damn sure. But he has probably been one of the bigger names in this defense here for the Lions here today. Leading tackler. Also, the guy who forced the ball out, Wan'Dale Robinson, was almost a big play for the Lions. So, all right, come on. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Giants. Winston's lining up under center. Looks like Tracy is the lone running back. And got Bellinger lining up as a fullback and play action. There you go. There's your play action. And right through Bellinger's hands. A little high, but still went right through his hands. That'd have been a big play for like 15 yards. Let's see the replay on that. He said not the greatest throw, but that was catchable. There we go. We got a Raph in the building. He says, "What's up, fellas? Raph in the building. What's up, man?" He said, not the greatest. So, all right. 2nd and 10, guys. There's that play action pass you wanted there, Anthony, before. Got Bellinger in motion to the outside. And we're tossing it deep. Theo Johnson. There he goes. Theo Johnson with a great catch. See that replay there. Goes right out. Gets a little bit of separation because they move the linebacker over to him. And great, just jump up and grab it. Jump ball. This is the athleticism of Theo Johnson. This is what I'm saying. I don't want to give up on Theo. I know some people wanted to give up on him for the last, few weeks. He gets open if you just catch the ball, and he did there. Winston faking the run again, and got everybody and their mother after him. He's going to throw the ball away. But Theo Johnson, like I said, he just get things rolling like that, and he can be a good player. Like, I don't think he'll ever be a Pro Bowl caliber tight end. But he's a guy who can get you steady 500-600 yards a season as a receiver. So, as Christine says, yes. Anthony says, Theo. Everyone's favorite Theo after Theo Huxtable. Number 2, Theo. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10 for the Giants. Jameis making a little adjustment here at the line in shotgun formation. Running back off to the left of him. And it's Tracy is the running back. Wan'Dale Robinson. Effort for that first down there. Gets the ball about 5 yards deep. It gets about 11 on there, but just moving forward. Again, this is throwing in stride. Catching in stride. Things that I've been asking forever. There we go. Another first down coming. So ball is on the Giants side, outside the Lions side of the field now. Ball's about the 47-yard line. So Giants doing some damage in this drive. Hand off to Theo. Oh, it's not Theo, it's Theo. The Tyrone Tracy going to get about a yard. They're showing the replay of Wandale's big day here. It's like Wandale's biggest day as a receiver in general, I feel like. Jesus, we need the AC color commentary. Listen, I'll throw up the link, man, if you want to come in, Anthony. Feel free. All right, Theo Johnson in motion. And Tracy almost caught the ball, but honestly, glad he didn't catch the ball. He would have got negative yards in that. Derek says, damn, my game's about 2 seconds behind yours. I'm on the Sunday ticket with YouTube. I feel like it's always a little bit forward. And there's confirmation Wan'Dale Robinson, 146 yards, is his career high. Quietly having a very good season, too. Like, I feel like people aren't giving him the respect for what he's done. He's had a couple really big games in general, and that's what's really stacked him up this year. But all right, here we go. Jameis gets the ball batted at the line. Oof. On third down. So that ends that drive. But at least for once, the Giants can be the ones to pin an offense deep. Which, let's be honest, we probably need the help there as much as we can get it. Ray Lopez, by the way, the guy who batted the ball down at the line. Scottish Hammer coming out here. Hopefully he's not a rubber mallet this time. Remember the corner. Remember the corner, Scottish Hammer. Remember the corner. Of course not. Fair catching it about the 10-yard line. So again, this is the best position the Giants defense have been put in all game long. So I'll take that. But definitely a game that tight. It's tight here, guys. All right. So anyway, where we're at before, what we see, 146 yards, I think they said for Wan'Dale today. He came into the game with 638. So 638 plus 146. So it puts him almost 800 yards. That's about 784, if memory number they said right. And there's still plenty of game left to go, guys. Said Wan'Dale slowly had a really good season for the Giants. He's going to get paid by somebody this offseason. Hopefully it's the Giants. Hopefully it's the Giants. So, all right, let's get back into the rest of the scores here, see where we're at. As Anthony says, going to be a 1,000-yard receiver this year. Need to keep him. Yes. Yeah, I've been wanting to keep him for the last couple of years. I've been calling since day one for him. And Derek says, yeah, now Bowen will have the secondary 8 to 15 yards off the receivers. Probably. Anthony says, Drew, isn't he still on his rookie contract next year? Am I tripping? I believe you're tripping. It's his last year. So just looking at his stats here real quick. And yeah, this is year 4. And he was a second-round pick, so this is the last year. So here we go with the scores there. So 3:42 left in the third. Colts up 17-9 on the Chiefs. Just under 8 minutes left in the third. Seahawks up 23-10 on the Titans. Packers up 17-6 on the Vikings. A minute 15 left in the third there. Just over 2 minutes left in the third with the Ravens now up 17-7 on the Jets. Obviously, our score 2017. Giants right now over the Lions. 7:17 left to go in the third quarter. 8:21 left to go in the third, but the Bears now slightly going ahead of the Steelers 24-21 right now. Great game so far. It's maybe a game I have to rewatch later this week. Patriots up 17-13 on the Bengals. 7:48 left to go in the third on that one there. So, like I said, a lot of close games in this 1 o'clock matchup here. The only games you can sit there and say are not necessarily close right now are obviously the Seahawks and the Titans, which we expected to blow out. And you got a 10-point lead right now for the Ravens on the Jets, which with the Jets offense seems insurmountable, to put it nicely. All right, here we are. First and 10 here for the Lions. Again, ball's about the 10-yard line. And they're going to pass. They're going to go for the pass. And they're going to get the pass. Deep ball caught by Amon-Ra St. Brown. There goes that great field position we started with. Oof. That's career catch number 500, by the way, for Amon-Ra St. Brown. So got to give him a little kudos for that one there. Dane, again, soft coverage with zone coverage. Yeah, Dane Belton, Corey Black, it looks like. I couldn't quite see the second guy there. Maybe wrong on Corey Black. Just he found a seam. This is why you don't use zone with a guy like that. You got to keep a guy on Amon-Ra St. Brown. You know he's the guy they're going to go for. He is their main receiver. So first and 10 now, ball's at the 40-yard line. And they're going to run. And Giants will do a decent job. Stop him for 3 yards. DJ Davidson on there in the stop there. Also got, looks like was, I don't know who was I thought it said 54. I was trying to think about who 54 is. There is no 54. I must have told the number wrong. As you go back to a commercial break here. And now they're back in. Now they're showing cleats again. They love showing these cleats. All right, here we go. 2nd and 7. It's like they made a mistake in going that commercial there. Another run, another short yardage catch there, the short yardage gain there. Chauncey Golston looks like in the stay there for the stop. David Montgomery was the run at that time. So 3rd down coming here. Let's see. And here we go. 3rd down coming. 3rd and 4. Be a nice time for Darius Alexander to get the hat trick. You can see him there over the B gap there. And up. Got a flag on the play, but Amon-Ra St. Brown catches it. Bad tackling again. He's getting down about the 32-yard line. Let's see what the flag's for. Hoping it's on the Lions. Probably not. And it's on the defense. Penalties declined. First down for the Lions. Lions are easily in position right now to go ahead and at least tie the game now. So, yeah. I said Amon-Ra St. Brown needs to have a double coverage right now. Double coverage. All right, here we are. First down. Ball is about the 34-yard line. And fake the handoff. And woof. Amon-Ra St. Brown was wide open again, but horrible throw by Jared Goff, who's under some pressure. So I'll give him somewhat of a pass on that. But it did hit Amon-Ra St. Brown's hand too, but he was all stretched out. So I can't even blame him on that one. He was trying. All right. So 2nd down and coming here. Amon-Ra St. Brown, literally, he's got the 2nd most catches in the first 5 seasons. These 9 more to pass Michael Thomas there for that record. 2nd and 10. And I say you can see there was a screen coming a mile away. David Montgomery went the screen about 5 yards. So 3rd and 5 incoming. As they're now showing highlights there of the Seahawks and the Titans. So Seahawks scoring again, it looks like, with Zach Charbonnet. Seahawks just crushed the Titans as expected. 3rd and 4. Here we go. Let's see. And Giants look like they're lined up for a blitz of some kind here. And it's a quick toss out to Montgomery. First down. Yeah. Again, Giants just nowhere to be found where the ball is going. The gaps in the coverage, the gaps in the defense are so obvious. It's not even funny. You can see it on that. Burns coming off here for a play, it looks like. All right, here we go. First and 10. Ball's about the 19-yard line now. Great time for an interception. Instead, it's a sack. It's a big, big toss. The quarterback at the end of it, sack for Nacho, Raheem Nunez-Roches. Woo. Look at this. Right up the middle. He gets past the guard with a slight slim move there. And just, woo. I mean, this is like going to be a over 10-yard kind of loss for the Lions, depending on where they want to spot it. He got tossed 10 yards back. Yeah, so 2nd and 17, they're saying. And fakes the toss to the running back, and then Dean Belton just fully falls for a quick move by the receiver. So, yeah, we're going to get I feel like this is one of those moves where we're going to get swamped here a little bit. I just have a feeling it's coming. I'm being negative, I know, but good job by Raymond on that. Just, I guess, to beat out Dean Belton, who gets beat out easily, like on a regular basis. He's on the ground now, though, shaking up. Wanted to replay that real quick to show you again. Dean Belton just fell for the fake move. That's the thing about Belton. He's a part of every big move, I feel like, on the defense, good or bad. So they're going to go over to commercial break there. Let's take a look here. See if we got any more action here in these games. So Colts up 29 on the Chiefs. Minute and a half left in the third. 30-10, as we talked about before, with Charbonnet getting another touchdown. Just under 4 minutes to go in the third. Packers pulling away with a 20-6. Just over 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Same time frame, actually, well, a little more time frame. Just started the fourth quarter there for the Ravens. Now up 17-7. And again, the Bears 24, Steelers 21. Just under 6 minutes left to go in the third. And Patriots still hanging at 17-13 over the Bengals. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the third. So again, a lot of close games here. A lot of close games. That includes ours. Giants are still up by just a field goal right now, with the Lions setting up for a tie game here, or potentially worse, depending on how this goes here. He's got an injury timeout right now with Khalil Raymond getting hurt on the last catch. So we'll have to take a look and see. But yeah, this is it's funny. I'm watching I'm watching the red zone here because that's what I have to watch on YouTube, and people are just Lions fans are flipping out. Like, I hate Goff. I hate Goff. Like, I don't think they realize that most teams would take Goff in a heartbeat. Like Jared Goff gets released right now, he's gonna have like 10 teams that probably won't want him. That's just stupidity. That's the stuff I hate from fans like that. Like, okay, he's not having a good game. He's having a great year. And you guys are winning with him. Shut up. And it just makes you, when you watch on things like Sunday Ticket, you really see that it's not just Giants fans that we get negative all the time. It's every team. It's every team. They're showing a commercial here for the Hard Knocks in season. That's going to be starting up, I think, next week. So that should be interesting to see overall. I'm curious. I want to see what we find out. Maybe we'll find out why they hate Turbo so much. Wouldn't that be great? Why do you hate Turbo? Find out. So Raymond's now up on the sidelines, by the way, walking with the medical staff there. So he's going in the tunnel. 3rd and 11 now for the Lions. Ball's about the 21-yard line. And interception. Ball gets bounced off the hands there. Javon Holland gets the ball. Bounced off the hands of Amon-Ra St. Brown. There we go. Look at that. Oh, great move. Javon Holland. This is what we paid this kid for. He was supposed to be a guy who was a ball hawk. Just ball hawked it right there. So just when you thought the Giants were not going to be in position to win again, instead, we get a timely interception. And now we're looking to extend our lead, guys. That's how much a difference turnovers make. Listen, we don't get a lot of turnovers. It's not that the Giants get on a very often basis. So if we forget how good they can be. So Anthony with the let's go. Let's go. Damn straight.
All hail the New York Giants.
There we go. There we go. And listen, guys, real quick too, as well. So we're in a commercial break here. We're getting to the, now into the meat and potatoes here, the second half. Reminder to people that we do have a post-game show beyond right after the show is over that will be on a different video. If you're on YouTube, which about half of you guys are on YouTube right now, it will go ahead and redirect you automatically to the next video. If you're on any other platform, like I know a lot of people on X right now, we got 34 of y'all watching on X right now. Just go ahead and go back to our homepage. Give it about 5 minutes though, because like I said, we do take a short break, so I got to stretch my legs in between, grab a drink, because talking for 3 hours, I need to get a drink and rehydrate before I can go again. So, but right now it's shaping up. This is going to be a fun post game potentially here, as we got, like I said, a fun game so far, but just nervous as a Giants fan. I'm nervous. I've seen this too many times. Hate to see it again, As Derek says, thank God I didn't catch that cleanly. We just caught a lucky break. It's about time we caught a lucky break. Every damn team seems to catch a lucky break versus us. It's about goddamn time that we got one, But, it just is what it is. We got that snake bitten charm there, like we got that kind of luck. So, but listen, now we get the ball back. We got a little bit of a lead. We're in this second quarter. I said second half there. Giants have had troubles doing that. Have trouble closing out. We got 2 minutes left to go in this third quarter. That's it. 17 minutes left of game. And now we got the ball at the 15. Shotgun formation. See Wan'Dale at the top of your screen. They got to keep an eye on him. He's been the go-to target. But they're going to Singletary, who's going to get the ball. And look at it. It's pushing on forward about 6 yards. This is what happens when you get an interception. Look how pumped this offense is now to get back in the field. And Derek is right. Thank God I didn't catch that cleanly, because that would have been a big play. All right, here we go. Lions got 4 drop passes. That's the thing we get every week. A lot of drop passes versus the Giants. At some point, the Giants should get some credit for that. I'm just saying. As we got another run here. It's about 1 yard for Singletary, and that's it. So 3rd and 5 incoming for the Giants. Because again, short yard, bad field position, the Giants are like, run. I don't understand why this is such a new thing. Derek says, if the Giants win this, we aren't officially dead in the playoff race. LOL, let's hold on to smoke. We're done. We're not getting in the playoffs, guys. Let's be very clear. I'm not gonna lead to delusional thoughts here. But at least we can be respectful. And us winning some games here late, as we got 2nd and 3rd coming here, us winning some games late means that we're more of an attractive spot for a prospective coach here. So quick toss out to Tracy, and he's got a big play coming here. Look at that. Up with the ball about the 45-yard line here. It's a good 20+ yards again. Yeah, ball was at the 20. See where it ends up there. And they're so focused on Wan'Dale that no one was focused on Tracy. Runny was out there to do the lead block. Didn't really do anything, but he was there. But yeah, great big play there. Now we're in position where the Giants feel like they can open up the playbook now. We're out of that, a worrisome zone there. 42-yard line. Jameis Winston rolling out to the right. Wide open Wan'Dale Robinson to get about 7 yards here. Wan'Dale is just the man today. So that's the end of the third quarter, though. So another commercial break here. But listen, Giants are up. Giants are rolling. Giants. This is another fourth quarter with the Giants with the lead, guys. Another fourth quarter with the Giants in the lead. Can the Giants get it going today? Because I got to say, you got to give credit to the defense here. The defense has stopped the Lions from scoring all quarter. I mean, really think about the second quarter, they gave 17 points. So the second quarter was all the issue. They've been doing some good here. Derek says, don't forget Tracy Jr. was a wideout before he would switch to a running back. Kid has good hands. Yes, he does. You know, he's a little off size to be a wide receiver. It's why they wanted to move him. But, you know, good move he finally made because he's been very good for the Giants, that's for sure. He's definitely a big part of this offense. So, especially when we get him going like he's been going, you get Scatterboo back next season. That's going to be a 1-2 punch. That's going to be a 1-2 punch. That's part of, again, there's so many things that are exciting about this team, but that's why, as much as I don't like Shane, I got to say, I get it to a certain degree why the Giants want to keep him. Think about what makes you excited about this team. Jaxson Dart, Shane drafted him. Scatterboo Tracy, Shane drafted them. You know, neighbors. Shane drafted him. Theo Johnson, Shane drafted him. You know, offensive line. You know, Shane extended Thomas. He drafted at JMS. He got the other guys here in free agency. You know, like that's all on the offensive side. Look at the pass rush. He traded for Burns. He extended Dexter Lawrence. He drafted Carter. He drafted Kayvon. He brought guys in out of the secondary. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Shane guy. I think he's a jerk, to be honest with you. But I can see why the Giants want to keep him. I just wish somebody would get in there and tell him to stop doing some of the stupid stuff he does. And I mean by that is it's not even the Saquon and DJ thing. I can care less about that. That's over. What I mean more is just sitting on his hands when the trade deadline comes, get rid of players, don't get nothing for him, that kind of stuff. That's my biggest gripe with him right now. And don't have obvious flaws coming into the season. You know. So hopefully the Giants do what I keep saying they should do this year, and they go ahead and trade down to this draft, get some extra picks, and we fill out the rest of this roster. Not all these holes next year. Get the right coach in there, which I do expect. I do expect that. So, all right, here we are. So showing I own a prep their division title there. Let's see, here we go. 2nd and 3. So 49-yard line for the ball. So Giants getting rolling with it right now. Jameis Winston make adjustments at the line. I think he sees a blitz coming, and he's right because there you can see it. And the blitz worked because they got negative 1 yard. So, not a great start. Way to start the fourth quarter here, guys. 3rd and 4 incoming. But 3rd down has been something that the Giants have been very good at. It's weird. I go into 3rd downs with some confidence now. 3rd and 4 is not a long one. So, shotgun formation for Winston. You got, looks like Wan'Dale's at the bottom of the screen there. Isaiah Hodgins next to him. But nope, they're going to run it, and they're going to get it. And more. Ball down to about the 44-yard line. Giants officially back in Lions territory. There we go. Tracy a little shaking his head and everything. Singletary comes in. And it's 12 plays now, 20-plus yards for the Giants offense. That's insanity. They have highlights here to fit the whole season, basically. You got Slayton and Wan'Dale moving top of the screen. Theo Johnson in his tight end. Manhurst at the side there. So you got to think it's going to be moving to the left-hand side. They brought Manhurst in to be the extra blocker. And up is in the right-hand side instead of a run. Oh, my God. Devin Singletary gets like 9 yards here to start. Like I said, guys, you get a turnover. It just, and you get a turnover as on a defense. It gets the offense is pumping. That's what's going on here. This offense is pumping. So 2nd and 2, they're giving him 8 yards in that. 2nd and 2. And another handoff to Singletary is going to get about 3-4 yards here, get that 1st down. There we go. Another first down for the Giants. And like I said, they are rolling. They are rolling. Loving this. We can get a touchdown here. That's a big thing for this team. We got to have to get some more yards because kind of this defense is. 34-yard line right now for the Giants. Getting up by 3, shotgun formation. Winston gets the ball, end around to Oshevsky. What are we doing here? Throwing the ball to Jameis Winston. Gets the ball. Jameis Winston with a reception touchdown. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God.
All hail the New York Giants.
Oh my God. What a play. Not only does Jameis Winston catch it, not only does Gunnar Oshevsky get out of the extreme pressure he was in, he navigated the pocket well. But oh my God, the stiff arms from Winston, the balance to stay up there and go in the end zone. Absolutely insanity. And look at that. Giants are now up 27-17. 27-17. There we go. There we go. Let's go, Giants. It's about time we got a game we can be excited about. I'm still scared. I'm going to admit, I'm still scared. 10 points up. Listen, most people, you feel good when you're 10 points up in the fourth quarter. I've been here, seen that. I just, it's where I'm at. I've been there, seen that. But, hopefully we can get that rolling. I'll tell you one thing I did not expect to see on the player stat sheet was Jameis Winston with a 33-yard catch for a touchdown. Oh my gosh. Insanity. Oh. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. This is the big one here. It says we got okay offense, now defense, do your damn job. Derek says, yeah, Bowen still has time to F this up. Damn straight he does, unfortunately. Yeah, it's sad. Chase, I told Deb on stream about this victory. Oh my gosh. This is, like I said, or I'm trying to stop myself from getting too excited here, guys. I'm trying to stop myself from getting too excited because I feel like I've seen this so many times as a Giant fan that I'm like, I just don't want to. I don't want to get let down again. I don't want to get pissed off again. I want to be happy. I feel like I'm being the negative guy at the same point here, but that's where I'm just at. I'm like, I want to be happy. I want to be excited. I want to be like, okay, we got this. Look, we're up by 10 points in the fourth quarter. We should have this. You should never feel like you don't have it. But twice bitten, 3 times shy. Jesus, Drew's a sensitive soul. Yes, I am. It's just, you know what? It's actually right. Doesn't want the heartache. I've been burnt before, Jay. I've been burned before. Okay. I remember the Denver game. I remember the Bears game. I remember the Cowboys game. I remember all these games that we were up. Remember the Saints game. Remember all these games we were up and we blew it. I can't sit here confident at this point. I'm not going to be confident to we're up by 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. That's what's going to happen for me to get confident. 3 touchdown lead in the fourth quarter. So, but we're getting back to it here. That is Jameis Winston's first career reception, by the way. 33-yard touchdown catch. Absolutely insane. You see Jaxson Dart all smiling and cheering him on too. The sidelines. Loving it. Here we go. Kickoff back up. Caught about the 3-yard line. And we got a return coming. And I thought I saw a block in the back, but I don't see a call. I thought I see a flag late there. 32-yard line. But I thought I saw a block in the back on that. Let's see. Derek says need to get a turnover by the Lions. That would be nice. That would be nice. Let's see if that block in the back is what they're calling. Holding on the return team. So that's a 10-yard penalty. Spot of the foul. They're replaying the Jameis Winston touchdown grab. Insanity. Absolute insanity. I cannot believe that play still. Jameis Winston is unbelievable balance to get in that end zone. You see, Eddie says we're up by 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter in the Broncos game, Drew. See, even 4 touchdowns we need. Jared Goff back there to pass. They went right back into the game. Mid-play, and Amon-Ra St. Brown with a big catch to start. Already there to crush our hopes and dreams here. They, for some reason, went to it mid-play. We got allowed points per game, 11.2 allowed in the fourth quarter, last in the NFL. That's the scary part. Last in the NFL. Ball's at the 46-yard line. Brian Burns getting around the bend there. Oh, nope, not going to get it. Going to be a catch to Gibbs for about 5 yards. That defense is swarming, though. That defense is playing like a swarm mentality. That's not something you see often with this defense. A lot of guys in the ground. They're all getting up one by one here. Worried somebody's going to be hurt for a minute there. But enough people getting hurt. Derek says we're all the real Giants fans, still watching all the games, regardless of how much they hurt us. Yes, 2nd and 5. And there's a run for Gibbs. Big run, breaking through tackles. And touchdown, guys. That's what I keep saying. This is why I can't have faith in this team. Giants can't tackle worth shit. Giants can't do anything in the fourth quarter. Let's see how many people missed the tackle on this one. It's Dane Belton. I missed who the second guy was missed. Oh my gosh. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. This is why I said, don't get too excited, guys. I hate to be that guy. But this is what we keep on seeing from these Giants. The offense gets going. The defense gives up more and more. Javon Holland there. Should have had him right there too. Just hold on to the goddamn jersey. Like, how difficult is it? I don't get it. Just grab the goddamn jersey and hold on. Don't let go. He's not going to drag you like that. And if he does, it'd be for a yard or two and you don't have time for somebody else to catch up. It's just goddamn ridiculous. Jay says, why do they give the running back props for the tackling is atrocious? I don't know. This is why I can't watch the games on mute. This is why we do this. Jarek says, yeah, now Winston will cough the ball from. Don't you talk smack about Winston. He's had a damn good game, Jarek. I said, I've said forever, if you put Winston in the right system, I still think he could have been a decent quarterback. People gave up on him because of all the interceptions. You know, and it's not fair to sit there and say that. Like, he could have been a good quarterback. I still think he could be a good quarterback for somebody in the right system where you play to his strengths. The Giants are doing that. You know, like, it's what they do. Uso says, I don't follow college ball, but Caleb Downs isn't out of the question. Way too early. Way too early to know what the Giants will do. You know, we just need tacklers. We just need tacklers, guys. And I still think it's an issue of coaching. It's been a team issue for the last couple of years. And again, Wink wasn't better either. So just to give the clarification on that, say people go, whoa, well, we didn't chase Wink off. Wink sucks too, guys. Go actually look legit at what we did when Wink Martindale was here. Look legit at the stats. We were not good. You know, but this is the problem. Is now we're just blowing leads like crazy in the fourth down. So in the fourth quarter. So ridiculous. So let's see. Hopefully we can turn this around. Hopefully we can get this rolling. I just unfortunately have trouble, you know, being optimistic as a Giants fan. I've seen too much shit. I've seen too many losses. So All right, here we go. Back to the game here. Jay says, can't wait for Joe Shame to draft top 5 prospect. We all celebrate him like he didn't earn it by sucking. And Andre Hutcherson's defense will blow it. Probably, unfortunately. Probably. I mean, that's the problem we run into. You know, it's a sad scenario. But there it is right there. Corey Black, Dean Belton, that Bozeman. That's part of the problem. Like, those guys should not even be on the goddamn field. That's part of the problem I have with this team, too. But look at that. Javon Holland. Totally messed that up. You know, I mean, that's just horrible coverage. I don't even know who the other guy was next to him. I couldn't see the number. There's another guy there, too. But they said it's just what happens when you can't tackle. And that's coaching. So Giants start at the 35-yard line. Got I formation here. Belton as a running back, as a fullback. Fakes the handoff. And is that a pick? That's a pick. Interception. This is the Giants, guys. This is why I said I can't get excited. Interception. So now the Lions get the ball right back. And the defense will probably let them score right again. And listen, again, I can't even get upset at Jameis Winston right now. Even though, horrible play. But look at the effort, by the way, Wan'Dale Robinson trying to stop that. Got to give props to Wan'Dale. Look at this. Watch this on the play. Wan'Dale gets right in there, tries to like pop it out and everything. Good. I got to give kudos to him on that real quick. But, you know, the big thing here is you can't give it to, can't complain about him right now. Yeah, one takeaway. I mean, it's not too bad. The defense actually did their job and tackled. Wouldn't be in this position. Bobby Okereke on the tackle, speaking of which. So 2nd and 8 incoming here. Khalif Raymond out for the game, by the way, they're saying here. Ankle injury from before. So, stop me if you hear this one, guys. Interesting. I'm sorry, guys. That's my fault. I started celebrating too early. I honestly thought we had this. That's why I don't do it. I can't. I wish I could, guys. I wish I could. I wish I can get excited and celebrate like this. I really do wish I could. I just seen too much. 2nd and 8. Bad pass. So fake to Gibbs and this bad pass intended for Amon-Ra St. Brown. So, but yeah, it's just insanity, guys. This is what's going on. And he says, time to be leaders. Bobby O, Burns, Dexter, and Holland need to put their games in their backs right now. Andrew says, we were so close. Listen, we're not out yet. 666 is playing sloppy right now. Yeah, well, that's what we do on defense, especially the 4th quarter. You see it. 3rd and 8. Be a nice time to get a sack here, guys, but nope. Instead, we got listen. Watch. Even when he got decent coverage here. Are they gonna call that a catch? Nope. Not a catch. I thought the one angle was like a catch there all of a sudden. I'm like, no. So yeah. Should have caught the ball. That would pop right out of his chest. So Giants catch a break. Again, punt. But again, the Giants just catch a lot of breaks, and it's about time the Giants get some credit for a lot of drop passes by the opposing teams. We're going to start the ball at the 8-yard line, guys. 8-yard line. So you know what that means. Expect 2 runs up the middle by Devin Singletary. This would be a great time for the Giants to break that trend. Because, listen, if I'm expecting, I expected it the first time this happened. But if I'm expecting this much because the Giants keep doing this over and over again, you know who else is also expecting it? The Bears. I'm telling you right now, it's the perfect time for a play action pass, which I know sounds crazy to do right now. But that's what they should do. Go ahead and play the action pass it. Get it going. But kudos to the defense for at least doing something good after a turnover. Maybe the Giants could flip this go and get a touchdown here, be up by 2 scores again. Give me something to get a little more excited about here. Get a touchdown here and I get a little more excited when we're up by 10. Under center. Bellinger goes there to the block, and there's Tracy. Going to get about 4 yards here. You notice, by the way, when they're doing with Tracy as opposed to Singletary, because Singletary is the guy that I really trust in the short yardage scenarios usually. When they're doing a Singletary, he's actually, I said, we're doing Tracy, he's getting more yards. Just something to keep an eye out. Because, like I said, they stop using Singletary like that as often. It's like they don't trust Tracy not to get negative yards for some reason. All right, here we go. Second down. 2nd and 6. Jameis under center. Wandale moving to the top of your screen. Tyrone Tracy is the lone back here. And we got a whistle. Flag on the play. This is shoot. Blended. You know how to be on the offense. Delay game. I've never seen a team get more delayed games than the Giants do. Like always, we get like 1 or 2 a game, it feels like. And I understand it more with Jaxson Dart. He's a rookie. Jameis is a veteran. There's no reason for that. All right, here we go. Now we're 2nd and 11 because of that delay game. Back down to like the 7-yard line. And of course, we're going to run, like I said. No creativity on this. And for all the creative games we've had, creative plays we've had a lot of creative plays in this game. In this specific scenario, there's not. And that was Tracy again. So 3rd down incoming. The Giants offense right now playing like they're playing not to lose. Play to win, goddammit. Play to win. All right. 3rd and 10. For all these moves. 3rd and 10. And tick, tick, tick. Got 2 running backs set. I thought I saw Illuminor with the false start. Let's see. If not, big catch by Isaiah Hodgins. They didn't call it. I don't see a flag yet. I don't see a flag. Whew. Look at that. Came back to it. Kept his eye on the ball. Jameis Winston barely gets it off. Look at that. Look at that. Hodges needs to be on this team again next year. Ball's now at the 38-yard line. And another run for Tracy. Going to the outside. Going to get about 4 yards or so. So not horrible. Jason, sign Hodges to lifetime contract. He catches everything. He got to be on this team next year, guys. Got to be. Like, I don't understand why he's not. He should never been off the team this year. Again, I don't think he's amazing, spectacular, but he's a solid depth piece. Solid depth piece. All right, now we're down to just under 7 minutes in the game, by the way, guys. 42-yard line. Takes the handoff. And tossing it as he's getting hit. Incomplete pass. Third and 6. Again, 3rd down is our down, guys. That was Manhurts getting. No, he's moving around. Okay, who was that then? Looked like it was actually Greg Van Roden getting beat by Aiden Hutchinson then. But good job by Winston. He's getting the ball out. That's good. That's good. All right, here we go. 3rd down. Shotgun formation. Winston with the ball. Got pressure, but he's tossing it pretty quickly. Theo Johnson is looking for a flag. There's the flag. They saw something the TV didn't show. Because you could tell he was looking for a flag immediately. Here it comes. This could be big here, guys, too. That's a first down. That's yardage. Officials are talking, though. So I don't want to get too excited yet. Show the goddamn play at least. Here we go. There we go. There it is on the defense. First down for the Giants. Pass interference call. Let's see it now. There's Branch. Oh, yeah. It's grabbing onto his pants and all. There we go. That's a good call. You can't grab the leg like that. But also at his point, he got beat. If he didn't do that, it would have been a touchdown probably. So I get why Branch did it. The half field mark there. Let's see. Couple yards for Singletary and first down. So move up from the 50 to about the 46-yard line. Maybe 47. So tick, tick, tick on this clock, guys. 6.5 minutes. I expect to see a lot of runs, a lot of short throws right now. Get the clock down, but the big thing is we got to get a touchdown here. Get a touchdown. All right, shotgun over to Tracy again. To Singletary again. Gonna make a nice little shift move there. Get that first down. I see a flag though. It's coming back. I have a feeling. And here we go. Yep, holding by the offense. So there goes that first down. I love that cut from a first down penalty to a first down taken away by a penalty to big plays by the Giants. Ay. Gotta love that Winston catch though. That's big. All right, let's see. Come on, Winston. Third down. Hey, literally just throws it away. So I was second down. So at least they made the right move. Throw it away. Get the third play. Is it just me or is Illuminor seem to be like snapping early every single time I watch him? They zoom in on him. So I'll take it. The refs aren't calling it. 3rd and 17 now, guys. 3rd and 17. Again, Jameis Winston here, scouring the defense. He's under center though. Shotgun formation, I should say, with nobody in the block him. No blocking help whatsoever. And there he almost gets sacked. Gets out of it. Tosses it deep. Theo Johnson. Woohoo! That needs a little more air horn for that one. Look at that. Theo in the house. Theo might be moving past Theo Huxtable to be our favorite Theo. God damn. That is amazing play. Amazing by him to get by Winston to get out of the pressure. Almost going down. Good by Theo Johnson to not give up on the play and keep running his route. A lot of goodness there. First down here, we got about a 3-yard run by Tyrone Tracy back down about the 15-yard line. Listen, the nice thing is in this 4.5 minutes left to go. Giants are to go ahead and score something probably in this drive here. So at the very least, they'll force it into a situation where the Lions have to get a touchdown to go ahead and win the game. But I want the touchdown here. Give me a touchdown. I want that. 2nd down and 7. Again, the 15-yard line. So again, the Giants can get a first down here. I expect a lot of runs, short yard passes here. They're going to keep on trying to get this clock down. Tracy with the first down and more. Going to get down about the 4-yard line. We'll brush off afterwards. A little brush off. I want a TD. Damn straight, I want a TD. Here we go. Yeah, 481 yards of offense by this Giants team. It's insanity. All right, here we go. Again, balls at the 4-yard line. 3:23 left on the 3:20 left on the clock. Shotgun by Winston. Hand the ball off. Gonna get a couple yards on the 1st and goal. They're trying to push him. Get about 1 or 2 yards. So 2nd and goal. Timeout called by the Lions. Good. Make them use the damn timeouts. What's up, Clinton? See you in the chat there. All right. So, listen, the 2nd and goal. I got to think the Giants they're gonna play it safe here, but they're gonna want it's a fine line. But you don't want to play it so safe you don't get the touchdown, but you don't want to play it so unsafe that you get the touchdown. I would say you don't get say unsafe that you go ahead and get the touchdown here and get them the ball back with a lot of minutes left. To me, go to the touchdown. I don't care. Play it unsafe if you have to. Get the goddamn touchdown. Because I don't trust this defense. 3 minutes left. Go up by 10. And here we go. Try to throw it off to Theo Johnson, but just a little underthrown. We're going to go on 3rd down. And the scary thing is, if we don't get this here on 3rd down, you have to go for the field goal to force them to be up by to go for the touchdown. But goddamn, it's the lose proposition here for the Giants. I feel like always. Here we go. Winston under center. Theo Johnson in motion, and it looks like a run coming. And it is. And God damn it, it did not go well. We lost multiple yards in that. Nowhere to go at all. Like, this is the predictability part. You could so see what was going on with that play. You knew what it was. You can't do that consistently. So the Giants have done. So now we got 4th and goal. Ball's at the 6-yard line. Giants offense still out there, by the way, guys. Which is a little crazy to me. To me, take the 3 points. I know you're putting a lot on this defense that you can't trust. But you got to take the 3 points. Take points when you can get points. You at least force it where they have to go for the touchdown. But they're going for it. And listen, if they get it, I'll be happy, ecstatic, obviously. But I would go for the field goal. You're up by 6 at that point. You force them to have to get a touchdown. I know your defense sucks. You can count on them. But you know what? That's the defense's problem. Shotgun formation. Here we go. This is the game right here, potentially. And nope. Right through the hands of the defender, through Theo Johnson's hands. And it's incomplete. Now, on the plus side, you're giving the ball back now to the defense at the 4 or 5 yard line. Wanda was open, by the way. Look at it get picked off in the end zone, by the way, too. Which has been really bad, not just for the fact that it's picked off, but it picked off for in the end zone, puts it at the 20-yard line. But like I said, we should have gone for the field goal there. If we lose, this is one of those moves that I want to be like, should take it 3. Potentially, depending on what we do here. Like if we give up a field goal and go to overtime, I'd be pissed. So, listen, this is the time now. All these guys we talked up so much on defense. Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, Abdul Carter. It's time. Make your goddamn presence felt here. 1st and 10. Because you know it's going to be all pass. Ball goes down about the 9-yard line here. Catch by Wright after the sideline there. Don't show coming up next on the damn TV here. And we got a Giants player down, it looks like, too. They're too busy showing the Eagles and Cowboys game that no one cares about. Yay. This Giants team, I'm telling you. And it's Dru Phillips who's being looked at. He's going to come out for at least one game. One play. But he went diving for the receiver. He's walking off on his own. That's a good sign, at least. See if he goes into 10, because you got to wonder if it's going to be a concussion protocol thing. So that brings up Bo Braid into the game here, looks like. Oh, my gosh. It's not good. We keep on getting more and more secondary out. With the game on the line, 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. Hey, let's see if this is going to be the 5th loss after leading the 4th quarter. Come on, pass rush. Darius Alexander, complete the hat trick. 2nd and 6, guys. Shotgun formation for Goff. Again, you know they're running the ball. You know I'm throwing the ball. You know they're throwing it. Just send the goddamn house at them. Dexter Lawrence chasing him down. Flag on the play. Goff ran out to the left-hand side after being chased out by Dexter Lawrence. There's a flag deep. I think it's going to be a holding call. It's got to be something like that. There we go. So repeat the 2nd down. There's the holding right there on Brian Burns. Yeah, Decker was definitely holding him. That would have been a sack. And the crazy thing is, you got to say, for the Lions standpoint, it's not a bad penalty to get. Because if he had gotten sacked, he'd been sacked right by the end zone. If he got a safety on that. Whew. Here we go. 2nd and 11. Ball back at the 5-yard line. Let's get that safety. Come on. Nope. Out to Gibbs. He's going to get a 1st down instead. Ball back down to the 18-yard line. Oh my gosh, this is like ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. This is life of a Giants fan here, guys. Life of a Giants fan. Again, guys, a reminder as we're waiting for the next play here, our post-game coverage will be live as well here. If you're on YouTube, it'll automatically route you to that after the play-by-play is out. Next play here. Let's go. And pushed out of the pocket and throws it away. Goff. Had like 3 Giants going after him there. Pass rush to the job, that one. But again, yeah. So if you're on YouTube, it'll automatically route you to the next video for our post-game coverage. If you're on any other platform, go right to our homepage, and it'll go ahead and be going just a couple minutes after this here. And again, if you're new, I see we got a lot of people bounced in for the end of this game here, guys. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We do live shows every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, along with game day coverage like this every week as well. So here we go. Okay, so 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation again. And let's see. Abdul Carter, get your 1st sack. Nope. Going to be a quick toss out there, and Giants swarming, stopping that 1st down. So a 3rd down is coming. You got to think it's 4th down territory, though. You got to think it is. And that's a 2-minute warning, by the way, guys, too, as well. Whew. So commercial time. Let's see what's going on in the rest of the NFL. We've been so fast-paced here. We haven't even had a chance to look down the rest of it yet. Listen, Chiefs look to be mounting a comeback here against the Colts, as Colts are up 20-17, but 3:48 left in the 4th quarter. Seahawks up 30-17 on the Titans. Just under 3 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Packers officially destroyed the Vikings 23-6. Ravens officially destroyed the Jets 23-10. Again, we're 27-24 in our game, but the Giants up with just under 2 minutes here, 1:59 left to go. Steelers are right now losing to the Bears just slightly, 31-28, with just under 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Patriots barely holding a lead here on the Bengals. 3 minutes left to go in the 4th there as well. So, again, a lot of close games here. A lot of games that really haven't been decided yet. You got, including ours, 1, 2, 3, 4 games all within a field goal. All within a field goal. And like I said, that's the big one right here is ours, obviously. We want to win. I'm so tired of losing, guys. I just want to win. I want to feel like something good can come of this. Because we should have beat the Bears. We should have beat the Packers. We should have beat the Saints. We should have beat the Cowboys. We should have beat the Broncos. That's 5 games already we should have won that we lost. We should have 7 wins right now. Let's win this one. You know what? And I don't care if you got to fire freaking Shane Bowen mid-goddamn game. Just get it going already. Get this defense going. Like, what do we have to do here? How many times do we have to beg for it to win? Just hold the damn lead. Teams do it all the time. Why the Giants are allergic to this, I don't know. But we're going to find out right now in a minute here if they can do this. So they're about ready to get back because they're doing that last commercial. About ready to get back to this game here. And damn, it's been a game. Damn, it's been a game. But I'm telling you right now, if we lose this game, you better get, and let me be very clear, I'm not advocating for this, but you better get a bodyguard for Shane Bowen as he's leaving that goddamn stadium. Because I know, listen, Giants fans travel. There will be Giants fans at that game, and they'll be flipping the hell out. Pitchforks and lighted torches like crazy. Like, absolutely insane. 3rd and 1. And, of course, they're going to run it, and, of course, they're going to get it because the Giants can't stop the run. It's a good call. A good play call, though, honestly. And they had the second play, obviously, because 2-minute warning. They had it ready to go. So they're going right back into it here. First down. Jared Goff, ready to throw. And quick toss out and another catch. Amon-Ra St. Brown down to just about just shy of the first down. So 2nd and 1 coming here. Again, I hate that I'm like feeling so negative right now, but I am. And another toss out, another catch. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Why can't we just stop the guy? You know who the hell they're throwing to. Stop him. It's not goddamn rocket science. Like, this is so freaking easy to stop. It's not even funny. You know where the goddamn ball's going. They spike the ball, so 2nd and 10, minute 12 left. Like, that's what just pisses me off. Like, it's so obvious what the hell they're going to do. You know they're going to force the ball into Amon-Ra St. Brown's hands. That's what the Lions do. That's their goddamn offense. And you can't stop it. When you know what they're going to do, you can't stop it. This is a defense that's supposed to be elite to start the year. Can't stop it. Goddamn ridiculous. All right. Delay a game. Oh, final timeout. They called timeout, huh? They let the clock down to 0 before they called it. So final timeout here in this game. Let's see if we have any more updates to you guys around the league as we're waiting here for the Giants to fuck up this game too. I hate them being so negative. I really do. 2-minute warning here with the Colts still up on the Chiefs, 20-17. Now the Chiefs have the ball though at the Colts 22-yard line. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch here. Here we go. Sorry, about to start up here. So 2nd and 10. Here we go. Let's go back to our game. Shotgun formation for Goff. And of course, bad tackling, Gibbs again. And now they're almost in field goal range. Another yard or two, and that's it to be in field goal range. This is goddamn ridiculous, guys. Defense. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what it is. Please be against the offense. Please be against the offense. Here we go. Come on. Defense, of course. Oh, my gosh. Let's see what they got here. Holland knocking the ball out after the play is already over. That's a flag. Can't do it. You're slowing them down. So way to put him in field goal range now. Again, bad coaching. And almost, I thought it was going to be able to catch here by one of the backup wide receivers here. Look at this. That's so close to getting another touchdown. Another sack, I mean. Carter again, he's so close so many goddamn times. Oh, we need a goddamn freaking need a goddamn sack here. 2nd and 5. And let's see. Come on. Nope. But good tackle by Belton. Gets that 5 yards back from that freaking penalty. Dane Belton with a big play. 42 seconds. Tick, 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 tick. 37 seconds they got it off at. Come on, Giants. And it passed intended, hoping for a flag, but no flag. Zaire Barnes on the coverage. Look at that. That was clean. That was clean. That is nice. That is great coverage. Are you kidding me? How could you possibly been asking for anything else? Here we go. 4th and 10. They're going for that field goal. 59-yard field goal. Come on, Giants. Come on, Giants. Come on. And he got it. Tie game. Tie game. 28 seconds left, guys. Are you kidding me? Now, you know what I'm going to bring up, right? You know what I'm going to bring up right now. If we went for the goddamn field goal, we wouldn't be in this boat right now. Look how close that was to not making it, too. We went for that goddamn field goal, we wouldn't have had this happen now. Nope. Giants had to play like this. Go for the field goal. Well, how many times do the Giants have to learn when you can put points on the goddamn board, you put the goddamn points on the board? This is not the first time we've had this problem, guys. Put the goddamn points up. It's not the right call. It's the wrong call. I called it then. I'm being consistent. It's the wrong call. Put the goddamn points up when you can. 28 seconds here, guys. Let's see his little famous Jameis magic here coming up here. You know they're going to squib kick it and force return to get some time off. Come on, Gunner. And, okay, 24 seconds left. Now, keep in mind, guys, Giants have all 3 timeouts left. All 3 timeouts. Let's see what we can do here. Come on, Jameis. A little magic time. 24 seconds left. Whew. Yeah, I need to visit my cardiologist after this game. God damn. Here we go. Shotgun formation, 1st and 10. Ball at the 32-yard line. Jameis got time. Toss, try to go for deep throughout to Wan'Dale Robinson. Ball gets knocked away. 2nd down. See the replay on that. He had a guy open shorter, it looked like, too. There's Theo open shorter. He took the risky route. We got this, though. Come on, Jameis. 18 seconds left. I mean, you know what the Giants are going to do here. We all know it. Throw it in deep. Here he goes. Way overthrown. 3rd down incoming. 13 seconds left. Flag on the play. Holding on the Giants. I was like, hey, if it's pass interference, it's going to laugh my ass off. We win by pass interference. Illegal hands to the face by Luminor. Ay, ay. Come on. Ay, ay. Let's see. 13 seconds. No, we're going to kneel. They're going to kneel it. It's the 2nd and 20. Why would you not go for it? I don't get it. Why are you giving up? You have 3 timeouts. If it was 2nd and 20, you could have gone for it again and then still kneel it the next time. Here we go in overtime, though. Oh, my gosh. By the way, Bears officially won 31-28, in case somebody's wondering about that game specifically. Trying to keep the rest of them here as we're waiting for them to go ahead and figure out who's going to get the ball to start here. 20 seconds left in the game on the Chiefs and Colts game, by the way. Ball's at the 3-yard line. Whew. And Jason Bears covered. Depends on what the final spread was. I didn't see it. I think it was like 3 last time we were doing it. Why are they sending Russell Wilson out for the overtime flip? Is that his role now? We're not going to start you, Russ, but you can do the coin flip. Oh my gosh. Here we go, guys. Again, guys, if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that share as we're waiting for this. They're explaining the rules here. Again, if we get to live episodes every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, along with game day here. We'll have post-game afterwards as well. Let's see here. Call tails. So we're going to keep the ball, obviously. So Giants will get the ball to start. That's what you should always do. Listen, it's easy here now. Score a touchdown and you win. It's that simple. That's simple. You know, but the big thing is we gotta do this right. Do what we've been doing that's working. Go for the big plays. They're working. If it works, go for it. You know, it's like, but I'm still pissed about not going for that field goal, guys. You go for that field goal and we win. Right there, we won. So, but this is the Giants. They find ways to lose. They find ways to lose. Can we find a way to win for once? Can we find a way to win for once? This is where we're at now. We got overtime. Giants getting the ball to start. And listen, momentum's been on our side the whole entire game. So, you know, we've got to see what's going to happen. The Giants flat out should have won this game already the way they played. The defense, unfortunately, as usual, giving up big plays. Can't stop the run. You know, can't stop when it's you know, important to go ahead and stop, like, you know, right before halftime, right at the end of the game. This is what the Giants do. Cannot wait for Shane Bowen to be gone, but right now we just got to hope that this Giants offense can go ahead and score a touchdown. Because if the Giants offense scores a touchdown, it's over. Remember, that's the way it works. If we score a field goal, then Lions get the ball back. And let's be very frank here. I don't think any of us want to see this Giants defense in the field in overtime. That's never going to be good. You know, like, it's just is what it is. You know, and listen, I think Lions, they're banged up in the secondary. That's why we're getting these big plays. That, I mean, let's be honest, it's good play. We're playing good as well, but you know, it's just got to figure it out. Jason Drew's got 60 watchers. I think he's Al Michaels now. First off, we have 135 watchers right now. And it's funny because I see a lot of Lions fans coming in now too. But here we go. Kickoff about to begin. Can the Giants finally close out a win? Probably not. I'm still in B negative. I can't help myself. Seen it too many times, guys. Seen it too many times. Here we go. Kickoff up in the air. And I thought the Giants were getting it. The Lions are getting it. That's what happens when I put the game on mute, guys. So Lions get the ball to start. So Giants defense going to have to do something. All right, here we go. Jared Goff leading his team out. Giants defense got to get something going. Be a great time for some pass rush here. 1st and 10. I got to imagine they're going to get the ball to Gibbs. And, of course, they get the ball to Gibbs immediately. Here we go. Giants defense at its finest. Touchdown. Game over. We fire Shane Bowen already? Can we fire Shane Bowen already? First goddamn play of overtime. Can we fire Shane Bowen already? Oh my God. Absolutely ridiculous. DJ Davidson in there without Dexter Lawrence. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Look at this play. Just no one there in the middle. Absolutely ridiculous. And now let's see. Trying to see if I can find anything for you guys here on why Dexter Lawrence was not in that play. She's an issue I'm unaware of. That's definitely should have been a scenario. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous, though. All right, here we go. I was going to give Jameis a chance. Been so long playing the overtime thing. I'm forgetting the overtime damn rules. We haven't played an overtime game. It feels like in forever that didn't end quickly. Ugh. Absolutely ridiculous. See if the Giants can get this touchdown, get this game back. Here we go. Ganoshevsky with the ball. Oh, Eric Gray. No, watch it be a fumble. Down about the 30-yard line. Now we got to tie it back up again. Then hope the defense doesn't F it up again. Absolutely ridiculous. All right. Let's see. Jameis Winston going under center. Tyrone Tracy single back. And fakes the handoff. Rolls out. Tosses the ball to Bellinger. Nope. Not caught. Yep. Ground caused the fumble, basically. Bellinger coming out of the game now, too. Looks like he hurt his hand the way he's walking with it. All right, so 2nd and 10. And here we go. Shotgun formation again. Tracy off the right-hand side. And Hands off to Tracy, who's like 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage for some reason. And nope. So 3rd and 10. Like I said, this is just ridiculous. And you can see the entire team is just done. There's no oomph in this team anymore. Here we go. 3rd and 10. And nope. Another drop. Another non-catch. So now 4th down. And 10. This is, yeah. Giants is just, this is the Giants, guys. That's what we signed up for as Giants fans. Here we go. 4th and 10. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation, empty backfield. Winston's got a flag on the ground. He's trying for the 1st down. He got the 1st down, but there's a flag. So I got to imagine that's going back. There's got to be a holding call to some of that offensive line. No. Offsides in the defense. 1st down anyway. That's crazy. I'm still trying to find out, by the way, for you guys, what happened to Dexter Lawrence in that play. I have not seen anything yet. I'm still trying to figure out why you have Dexter Lawrence out in overtime. So, all right, 1st and 10. And fakes the handoff. Jameis Winston chucking it deep. Good catch by Theo Johnson, the sidelines there. That's a catch. 1st down for the Giants. And yeah, everything I'm seeing is everybody asking the same question, by the way. That's a catch. That's a catch. Good old Theo Johnson again. 1st down for the Giants. They are in the Lions territory now. Jameis under center, I formation. Bellinger lined up as a fullback. And here's the run. And that's Singletary. They get about 5 yards on that 1st down. So 2nd and 5. All right, here we go. All righty. Under center again. And running again. Going to fall forward about 3 yards. So we got 3rd and 2 coming here for the Giants. And clock is ticking. We got time here. Derek says if they go for 2, if they get a TD, they should. They should. Way this goddamn Giants defense is. Listen, the Giants get a touchdown here and they don't go for 2. It's freaking malpractice. Can't trust this defense worth anything. I do got to say, though, we're holding on to our own with the Lions. Again, there's a lot of injuries in the defense here. But, yeah. Yeah, I was about to say just what Jay said. Now, we suck in the season. I've got a flag in the play. Season is lost, but kind of proud of the guys either way. I'm proud of the fact that they're still playing hard against, good teams. The Bears are a good team. The Packers are a good team. The Lions are a good team. The NFC North is good. And we played them all very close. So Giants did use a timeout. We played all three of these games very close with them, and flat out should have won all three. But that's what the Giants do. So hopefully, get rid of Shane Bowen at the end of the game. Like this is a team that's so goddamn close. I think that's what's so frustrating as a Giants fan. They're so goddamn close to being a good team. Just can't close out games. Can't scheme a defense. Can't do the little things. So here we go. Jameis Winston rolls out. Catches it by Tracy. Gets the first down. That play was a little scary. It was a little close, but he got just enough. So here we go. First down for the Giants. Jameis Winston in shotgun formation here. Got two receivers to the north there. I can't see who. And Wandale on a screen. Going to get a few yards here. Get about 3 yards. Second down incoming here. Giants are moving, though. They are moving. I just have no faith in this team is the problem at this point. But they're moving. Offense is not the problem, guys. Again, offense is not the problem. That's the scary thing. We're all scared about how this defense is going to be crap all year. Offense is going to be crap all year, and the defense will be elite. And it's turned into completely different. All right, shotgun formation. Bellinger in motion to the top of your screen and fakes the handoff. Throw it deep to a wide open Wan'Dale Robinson, but a bad throw. Bad throw. Oh, that'd have been huge for the Giants to get that. 3rd and 7 incoming. He forgot Wan'Dale had tiny arms. A regular arm could do it. Ay. All right, come on. Come on, Giants. Third and 7. Shotgun formation. We just hand the ball off on 3rd and 7. Are you kidding me? I mean, I know it's 4 down territory, obviously, but we really just hand the ball off. Ay. 4th and 5 now. All right, come on, Giants. 4th and 5. Chase's interesting call. It's not an interesting call. It's a bad call. 4th and 5. Shotgun formation again. This could be the end of the game or the continuation of a drive. We're going to find out. Jameis back to pass. And he's getting out of pressure. And he's getting sacked. Game is over, guys. Right there. Woo. Aiden Hutchinson with the sack. Game is over. That's the final one there, guys. Another blown lead. Another fucked up game there. So, guys, listen, that's going to be the end of this here. Again, we'll be on the post-game coverage here starting just momentarily for you guys. Again, if you're on YouTube, it'll go get you right over there. If you're on any other platform, go to our homepage. It'll be on momentarily. Again, give me like a couple minutes here, guys, to stretch my legs here. And then I'll be right back on with you guys there with Rob as well. So, appreciate you guys watching. And as always, Giant fans, and hard to say it right now, but go G-Men.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you.